What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the You Want It.
You got it.
I am the one they call Russ Celine Dion attitude.
And I am Eric 7. Yeah.
About that, last night's Raw, it was fun, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
We were talking before we aired. I was thinking the main event was going to be disqualification with Cody coming back. Like that's what I was thinking. Like, oh, no one's gonna win. It's gonna be a disqualification. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. Punk's intro was cool. You know what I'm saying? He walked outside.
Oh,
and, yeah. And then like I think it was 2 years ago in Chicago, Roman beat the fuck out of Punk right there in that same spot and carried him over his shoulders back through the building like that. Right? It was pretty epic. But all night you kept hearing Nick say, "I got an opponent. He's in the building right now." Right?
Yeah.
Where the fuck was Punk at when he was outside? He wasn't in the building.
Yeah.
He came in from outside. You know, you're frozen. Oh, there you are. You were frozen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Well, my bad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I hope Corey, Vernon, and the rest of the guys in Living Color are getting some fat kind of royalty check every time that fucking song plays, when CM Punk walks out or, exits or whatever,
Oh, I mean, they've had an agreement with that forever with him. That's been his, just like when he was using Kill Switch, and then he was using AFI, and then he was using Firestorm. Like Seth Rollins used Firestorm too, I think once. I could be wrong on the Seth Rollins Firestorm, but Punk's been using that for so long. It's just
fucking
an iconic
Cody
song.
uses Nickelback. That fucking song's horrible.
Huh? Who does?
I said Cody uses Nickelback.
That's
shit's
not Nickelback.
Horrible. Yeah, no, it's just as bad though.
Oh, it's a great song. Everybody knows it.
It's horrible.
Nah, it's great. It's a crowd singer.
I put it on mute when he walks down the fucking.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't listen to that. That's horrible. Yeah, but
I
enough
think
about wrestling.
I need to bring Rob in here real quick. They write that group writes so many people's music, and it's like, man, they're making cheddar. They write music for people in AEW. They write people WWE. It's like, wow, they got their. They go through every couple of years. They go through certain people that write their music.
Dude, I thought for fucking sure I was like probably 49 years old when I found out that Randy Orton wasn't coming out to Disturbed. It was just a band that sounded like Disturbed.
No, it's like it's not 3 Days Grace. It's one of those bands.
Yeah. Shades of Winter.
And just like Edge, he's had the same song too by somebody like that too. But who cares about what music they come out to? It's what they like. I'm not hating on what you listen to. Why you got to be a hater?
I'm not a hater, man.
You are. You said I mute Cody when he comes out.
I might have been a little dramatic on that, but I think it's a horrible song. Yeah. I'd rather just hear like Stone Cold's.
Guess what? Guess what?
What?
You're only one person that hates it. There's millions that love it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hell, I listen to Taylor Swift, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Hey, I know the fucking lyrics for pretty much every song on Madonna's True Blue.
Well, that's okay. That's different though. Madonna's a different category. It's kind of like saying Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper, Madonna. That's a different category.
Gotcha. All right.
I'm not telling you I'm listening to fucking Celine Dion.
Well, I mean, okay, all right. So, the Taylor Swift, I'll raise that, and throw on like Debbie Gibson or Tiffany, and I'll fucking sing along and
there's nothing wrong with that. Good music. Hey, whether you like it, good music's good music. No matter what kind of music it is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. I was just talking to somebody earlier today about Nashville Pussy, and I've never listened to them in my life.
Oh yeah,
because I thought the name was lame.
Oh,
And my buddy was like, no, 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 you have to listen. So I listened and I'm like, wow, this band is fucking epic. So
yeah,
now
dude. Yeah,
I'm a
they're pretty
fan.
rad. I got a funny story about that real fast. So,
Okay, anyway, no kidding.
Rockstar Matt, this is Hoptown Tiger days.
Okay.
Rockstar Matt, our drummer, he was a huge Nashville Pussy fan, and like really like was always like blasting them, you know, like whenever we were hanging out and shit like that. Well, Nashville Pussy got on the Leonard Skinner tour, a summer
Okay.
tour. So we went to Starwood Amphitheater, just got grass seats just to see Nashville Pussy. But the amount of fights that it felt like we were about to get in while walking through the crowd of fucking, you know, chuds and rednecks for Leonard Skinner, it was fucking hilarious. Yeah, that was like, all right, let's get in. Let's watch Nashville Pussy. Let's go. Yeah.
You know, people always ask me like, what's a band you saw live that you're embarrassed to say? I was like, none. I'm not
Yeah.
embarrassed to say that I listen to any music,
Yeah.
nor am I embarrassed to say that I've seen lots of different bands. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I saw Richard Marx 1989 River Stages, I think it was. Yeah, I was in the 8th grade.
Hell
And
yeah.
yeah, went with my girlfriend Kimmy Hazen at the time, and we went to her parents took us to River Stages, and we saw Richard Marx, and we heard Right Here Waiting live, and it was awesome. So yeah,
Um, it's what I seen Jermaine Jackson, which
nice.
and I saw him in Germany and perform for the troops. And man, that motherfucker is great dancing and
Yeah.
everything. You know what? I even went and saw in 2000, like a week apart. I saw Christina Aguilera and Destiny's Child.
Wow. Say my name.
It's when Destiny's Child was still coming up, and Christina was huge on the Strip
Yeah. Yeah.
album.
Sure. She was a genie in the bottle, baby.
Dude, that tour was fucking phenomenal. And it was out. It was August at Starwood, so you know how
Oh.
hot it was then.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then 2 weeks later or a week later, I saw Newfound Glory Midtown. And it was Newfound Glory Midtown and Blink 182.
Oh wow. Fuck.
Blink, Blink, Midtown, Newfound Glory. I want to say, and that was a great show.
Yeah.
It was a Take Your Pants Off and Jacket tour.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
And
And
I
who would
had
have?
that shirt that said "Take Your Pants Off and Jacket,"
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't know what happened to that shirt to this day. But
Yeah.
it's like that Red Hot Chili Pepper shirt. It's like $500 on eBay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Speaking of Midtown, though, who would have thought that it would have went on to be Cobra Starship and made fucking more money as
Who from
and
that band is in Cobra Starship?
I think it was a bass player and maybe one other person. You don't
Yeah.
quote me on that, but I know it's the bass player
I used
singer.
to play Cobra Starship all the time when I DJ'd. That one
Nice.
song, the Good Girl song, I think it's called or something.
Yeah,
Anyway, it was
I'm
popular.
pretty sure they were on Warp Tour that first year
Oh,
that
they
Black
were. They
Label
were on
Oil
one
was
of the
doing.
Warp Tours.
Yeah, it was like them and like fucking 303.
I
Yeah,
fuck. Hey,
yeah.
I fuck with 303.
Nice.
I saw them live. I one thing about 303 until I this is how fucked and slow I was. I didn't realize that 303 was the area code of Denver or Colorado, and that's where they're from. Is Colorado.
Nice,
Makes
nice.
sense. 303.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I wasn't. I for some odd reason I always think those guys are from Atlanta, but no, it's
All right,
Colorado.
let's see here. Cobra Starship is let's see here. Band members. Oh, well, the singer of Midtown
Yeah.
is the singer of Cobra Starship.
Yep. Knew it. Knew it. Shout out to Grizz Media for the shirt. It
Yep.
fits great. It's very comfortable. Thank you, Lee.
Yeah, I was about to. I'm glad I didn't. I'm not bullshitting you. I had mine on.
Dude, yeah, I was like, getting ready to like come up to the peak and get on. And so I was like, okay, I change shirts. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna wear my Grizz shirt.
Yeah, I had
And
it
I was
on.
like, I bet Russ is gonna have his on and we'll just be, sponsored by Grizz Media.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was wearing it all day yesterday, and then I changed it, put the The Danhausen Madball rip.
Yeah, that's
That's a
sick.
red shirt. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
but anyway, enough about us. Let's talk about who we have today and why are you moving on me, fucker?
Oh.
So we got today a Chipper. What's his last name?
Harbin.
Harbin. So Chipper is a tattoo artist in Nash Vegas.
Yeah.
In East Nasty. So you have never met him. You just friended him online.
We have just been Insta friends.
For how long?
Oh shit, I couldn't tell you. I think it might have been pre-pandemic.
Okay,
during the
so
pandemic.
real quick, sorry to interrupt you. I want to tell everybody this. All right, so me and Eric have never hung out ever. Okay, I've probably seen Eric in person that I recall 3 times in my life. Once we were at it was a Clutch, maybe we were at Clutch and COC. Were you at that show, Clutch and COC?
No, I think we saw each other at the Dropkick Murphys Tiger Army show.
Was Clutch not on that show?
I don't think so.
Okay, so yeah, because you were wearing a Lonesome Town Drifters jacket. That was
the
Letterman, and then Agnostic Front.
Yep.
Slapshot.
Yeah.
But as far as like, we've never hung out. We've never hung out drinking. Nothing. Maybe It's better that way. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's not meant to be, right? But I tell people this, that me and you've never hung out. We've known each other for over 30 years.
Yeah.
We have shit ton of friends that are the same.
Yeah, mutual friends. Yeah, for sure.
And I vaguely remember you from Kinko's.
Yeah.
But those were different times.
Yeah.
But
I remember walking into a video store.
Real Collections in the mall.
Yeah.
I used to manage it.
Yeah, I remember seeing, I went in and got a Street Fighter VHS. And I'm pretty sure you sold it to me.
Yep,
and then I'm pretty sure we talked about getting Clerks or Mallrats or something like that. Yeah.
Dude, I have so many videos from that store in my basement.
Are they still shrink wrapped?
No, man. Dude, I used to fucking okay. I'll talk about that off the air. Anywho, back to Chipper. But yeah, that's my Eric story. We've never fucking really hung out. We've talked more this way than we have this way.
Yeah, for sure. So,
but one day, but the world might not want it to happen.
Yeah. We're gonna do the You Want It, You Got It podcast next year at Riot Fest, and then we're just gonna go to different festivals, and those will be our meetups. So
what we need to do next time you're in town,
yes,
try to set something up and do a live podcast.
Yeah, for sure. That would be awesome.
But it would have to be epic. It had to be epic, Anywho, enough about us. Chipper, so you finally get to talk to him you've never talked to him. We don't even know what he sounds like. He seemed like a cool cat. He sent me a picture of himself and a logo.
Yeah. I want to hear all about, it's like you walk into a tattoo shop and this style that he does, watercolor tattoos, man, that's fucking sick. So I want to hear more about that. And not doing number 13, but instead they got 31 tattooed on them from Flash, just hanging out in fucking at a tattoo shop. So
well, and then when you come back in town now, you have to get some work done by him.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
So
I still got a lot of room. So
I mean,
it just sucks, man, because tattoos hurt.
The older you get?
Dude, even when like one of the last 3 tattoos I want to say I got were on my leg. And that was by far, other than my chest and my collarbone, the worst place to get tattooed. I was basically begging Adam at Custom Thrills, please take a break, go smoke, go chew some gum, just stop.
I told Slaughter last night, we're talking, I'm like, tell him I'm trying to get my cards paid down and stuff, working overtime.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm going to get ink done in the next month. I have ideas, but one of the ideas is I'm going to get a Prince portrait.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
And then I have a California piece I want to get that ties in my families and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Where we're from in California, the churches that my mom went to school in, the church that I was baptized in, all that stuff intertwined, and then have my stepdad like military stuff in there. I got an idea for that. So
word up.
But anyway, enough about us.
Yeah.
We've already bored these people for 15 minutes and 38, 40 seconds.
Yeah. Numbers.
But without any
further
ado,
who
do we got?
Chipper, the tattoo artist.
Bang, bang. Oh, you know what, Eric?
What's up?
I need to ask you a question.
What?
Before we leave, did you pack your lunch today?
I did. I put it in this lunchbox, or I would have, but there was no room for my sandwich and my apples.
Is that because you have some dope shit in there?
I have so much cool shit in here.
What you got?
Oh, look at this. This is, who knows where the fuck I got this, but this is the Lincoln and Kennedy penny.
Wait, is Kennedy on the back side?
No, his
oh,
head
I see
is like
the kissing.
really small. Yeah.
Bro, that's like the Danzig Rollins book. Have you seen that?
No,
The Henry Rollins Danzig book? Is somebody made an illustrated book of them like holding hands?
I've never read it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I think I need to get that. So
yeah.
Well, hell.
Yeah. So
that's pretty fucking cool. You need to take a good picture of that, and then we need to post that. I tell you what, though, next week I'm gonna start showing some shit. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, without any further ado, for
reals,
we bring you
Chipper Harbin. He's a tattoo artist with Sling Ink.
We are now.
Well,
what's up?
Spoken to be. What's up, guys?
How you doing, Eric? Who we got today?
We got Chipper, a tattoo artist from Nashville, Tennessee, and you're tattooing over on the east side. Is that correct?
Yeah. Our studio. I work at a private studio. It's a collective. I am literally sitting on the corner of Trinity and Gallatin as we speak.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
You guys being musicians of the area. I know you're this area. Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I'm in Clarksville.
Yeah. Okay, you were from here?
What? Yeah. I moved up to Buffalo almost 2 years ago.
Okay.
So,
well,
but yeah, before that, I had lived in Nashville since 2000, maybe 2001. Yeah, is when I finally moved to Nashville.
Okay. Well, I was asking for this purpose. Did you guys ever buy any of your musical gear at Eastside Music Supply?
Did not, but went in there multiple times for sure.
That's this wall.
Okay, shit.
Nice. The other side of this wall is their amp stack.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, take that back. They moved. It was their amp stack.
Gotcha.
So anyway,
could you hear everything? Could you hear people testing out every gear and shit?
You want to hear a funny Nashville story?
Let's go.
So I have a client that was just a sales guy there that we had a good rapport. And they would come in and get those tube amps really hot earlier in the mornings, not throughout the day. So I'm the only tattooer that wants to start working at 10 in the morning, you know. But so I would be here fairly early for tattoo hours. So I'd be respectful of what they've got to do, what I've got to do. You get it. But they would get them warmed up then, and it'd last for about 35 seconds or so. Never a problem. One afternoon, however, I was tattooing, and it was so loud. Side note, it was so good, but it was so loud that the pictures were literally rattling. The classic, turn the neighbors. Yeah. The homie from the front room comes in. He's like, yo, do you hear that? I'm like, do I hear it? I feel it. What are you talking about? He says, I'm going to go figure out what that is. He said, but it's good, right? I said, it's crazy good. He goes over there and comes back. It was Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top over there just ripping.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's
maybe we should take a tattoo break and enjoy this concert. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no shit.
That's cool. That's a Nashville story.
Yeah, 100%.
And now, Billy Gibbons, he's the one that passed, right?
No.
That's Hill.
Yeah. Okay.
Gibbons is the guitar. Yeah, it's the guitar guy. But anyway,
Yeah.
just a
And
fun,
and then
fun random story. But yeah,
Yeah.
they've moved and they've not had anything in this building since. But this neighborhood's popping. This corner, dude. This block is us, uh, Gramps Garage Bar, Tiger Bar, which is like a '30s circus scene themed
Yeah.
bar.
oh wow.
Gramps is like drinking at your granddad's garage. Literally, it's like canned beers, and they have their food service is like Hungry Man dinners, like TV
Oh,
dinners.
Oh
that's
shit, that's awesome.
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. But then there's LG Coffee, then Mickey's, the
Yeah.
Nicoleros, then the Fox, and then across the parking lot is a dope burrito food truck, and then there's a vintage clothing store and like a dispensary that sells, like fake weed, like Tennessee weed. So,
Yeah.
but point being that we try and do parking like parking lot block party kind of deals.
Oh,
Um,
that's rad.
Seasonal. It's a fun vibe. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm here. It's East Tattoo Collective, and it's there's three of us here that share rent basically to work here privately, and I have an apprentice that's starting in the kind of walk-in stages of her career. She's doing great, but it's a cool vibe.
Wow.
It's the guy that works out of the front studio space. So we have a shared lobby and multiple studio spaces. So it's essentially three tattoo studios in one building. We have nothing to do with each other's business at all. But it's a fun vibe because there's enough ships passing in the night, that you get to hang. But the guy in the front space is actually Nashville's longest working tattooer. He's been tattooing in Nashville like 30 years. So
Wow.
it's fun to hear him tell stories about how things used to be. It's cool.
And
Wow.
that
I've been in Nashville
Brandon?
14 years.
That's
14?
Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon. Yeah, Hannah.
Okay. What was the name of the what? Okay, because when I started getting tattooed, there was Icon that
Yeah.
was just starting out, and it was over there at the end of West End,
Yeah.
next to the Quick Sack.
Yeah.
But what was the tattoo shop that
Lone
that
Wolf.
Brandon worked at?
Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf. Yes.
Lone Wolf,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
those cat. That's the OGs. That's
Yeah.
they've been around, man. I don't know any of those guys outside of Brandon, so I don't want to speak out of turn. But they've been around since the '90s.
Oh yeah.
Long,
100%.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But so Brandon worked at all of the Hillsborough Village area, then downtown, and then this building actually, if you go back 15 years ago, was a Lone Wolf for a little while, and the business, we'll leave it at that, had some issues there. I'm surprised
Yeah.
in the tattoo industry. Brandon wanted to stay here because he lives up the street. Why wouldn't he? He kept this as a collective, and kind of was him and a revolving door of guys that could just come in and out. Because to be private, and sorry if we're jumping too deep into this, but to be
No.
private, you have to have your own clientele and your own marketability, your own. We'll get into all that DIY stuff when we talk about music and all, but it's all very much the same. You got to have that grit about you to book privately, and thankfully, at this point, I had teens of years of tattooing experience. So I was looking to be private 8 years ago, and there was an open studio space here, and I've been here since 2018. And
Nice.
since then, we've had a couple of different artists in the front space, but it's been a fun energy. It's cool. Like I said, I grew up. I'm not sure if do you know Brandon?
We were more acquaintances, and then had like mutual friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you talk about like tattooing from a traditional kind of culture, not traditional like traditional Sailor Jerry, but like
Yeah.
tattooing has what our parents told us about as kids. That's what Brandon's cut from, that world. The
Yeah.
biker, hot rodder.
Mhm.
If he's not tattooing, he's wrenching on a motorcycle kind of
Right.
world.
Yeah.
That's how I came up tattooing. That's how I learned. And part of my apprenticeship was polishing the chrome on an iron head. So it's
Nice.
that's the furthest thing from how I tattoo or what I do now. But
Yeah.
those early days, it's fun to go back and reminisce on some level. I had an art night. I'll do a spring and a fall where I'll just host it to the community. It's not a tattooer thing. It's hey, come, let's just make some art together. I teach a little bit of a lesson on it, but it's mostly just, hey, you bring your iPad art, you bring your color pencils, you bring your watercolor, whatever. Let's just spend a couple hours just in the same vicinity, chopping it up, making art. And we were hanging one night, and he broke out all of these sketchbooks from like early '90s tattooers. and it was all these books that I had to just trace over and over and over and over again in my apprenticeship 19 years ago.
Yeah.
Dude, I damn near teared up. I was like, I haven't seen these books in almost 20 years. I mean, and it's not good. None of the art's like it's just
Right.
big daggers and like, skulls
Yeah.
with oversized gold teeth. But
Yeah.
you talk about going back to a place and a time. Oh my gosh, I could see those, and my fingers start cramping up from all the drawings and the paintings just by looking at them. But it stoked me out so hard.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's crazy to see, like when, like I said, I think I was like maybe 23, 22, 23 when I moved, like when I finally moved to Nashville, and, the tattoo shops were Icon, Lone Wolf, Queen of Hearts. And
Yeah.
now, like I go back home and it seems like, oh shit, there's another studio,
There,
it's like,
there's
yeah,
there's in the past year, there's one literally 2 blocks there, 3 blocks there.
right. Yeah, yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
it is.
Yeah.
And again, one of the benefits of working private and being style specific, and 90% of the work that I make is something that I've designed for the clients. It's commercial art, it's graphic design, but I get to tell that story from my lens, which again leaks into music once we'll get to that space. Um, but being specific to what I do, I don't have that thought of competition in art at all. I hope those
Yeah.
dudes in the street are killing it. I'm they don't do anything like what I do, so the client that they're satisfying has nothing to do with me. So do your thing, be
Yeah. Yeah.
inspired, make money, art, whatever it is that your heart space connects to, do that.
Yeah.
I'm not a, I'm and I hope that the same can be said for other artists and staying in their lane. I do what I do in my lane, and it's a you've never once went and saw Bad Religion expecting to hear pick something. I mean, Foo Fighters.
Dag Nasty.
Yeah, you've never went to see Dag Nasty expecting to hear Phil Collins songs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know your voice and you stay in that. So me getting to see that, hear that, I actually moved to Nashville 14 years ago to be style specific and kind of that I'm gonna draw the line in the sand, and this is what I do. Funny enough, I had no clue what that meant. I knew I wanted to be style specific so I could really give my heart space to the storytelling, and I knew that I wanted it to be more on the contemporary side of things. I'm actually, it's funny, I'm actually pretty good at American traditional style tattoos, but it's not where my heart's at. I like to like tell stories and get ethereal and creative and atmospheric. And the watercolor world that I kind of get my style gets lumped into, I don't think of it as that at all. I think of just more as more contemporary painterly style of art is storytelling. So I'm able to latch on to music and musicians and that world and graph like not it's got to be in this box. I want to do what I want to do, and moving to a city like Nashville that is creative based. I fell into it, and I've just kind of been riding that wave ever since.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for
Chip, where
sure.
are you from?
I was born and raised in Georgia.
Okay.
So my dad, this all is going to be a fun tie-in to punk rock. My dad is a Southern Baptist pastor.
Okay.
Okay.
So because which is going to be the obvious rebellious leaning. My
Uh-huh.
dad actually rules and has always supported me making art of any kind, whether he got it or not. It's really a sweet moment in that space. But we moved all in the Atlanta metroplex. I moved up to the Charlotte, North Carolina area in '94. Finished high school in that area. Um, kind of made life, got married, had my first daughter there, moved to Nashville 14 years ago to, like I said, pursue the level up of my career, and here we are. So yeah,
Hell
Right
yeah.
on. Yeah.
but,
Yeah. No.
to tie what I was saying up though is there are so many tattoo shops in the city. Is
Yeah.
what you said, but it's fun to be in an environment where like all of us here have our own. We all have our own steez. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah, for sure. I
fun
mean,
to be.
I mean, Nashville is full of artists, whether it be
Yeah,
music, tattoo, canvas,
yeah.
um, so yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just like,
It's
it's
fun to be
cool
a
to
part of it.
see like the tattoo, like culture, just like, grow and thrive. I mean, because, I go back home, every once in a while to see the parents, and yeah, that's good to see that shop's still
Yeah.
there, you know?
Well, what's cool is most of them are really good.
Yeah.
No one's opening up bad tattoo. No one's doing bad art in Nashville. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen twice. So that's a fun energy to be a part of. And again, the being style specific, I don't feel any sense of competitive. I don't get beat down by that. My life struggles are something completely something completely different. But I feel getting to contribute to people that want the art that I make because I make it. I don't sell tattoos. I get to make them. So it's so much cooler to do that as opposed to sitting around all day in a street shop waiting for someone to come in. I remember those days.
Are you strictly appointment only and custom?
Well, if I'm going to be real vulnerable and we're going to get all sentimental here, I used to be for the past, let's say, 14 years, I would be styled specifically appointment only, and I would do seasons. And
Uh-huh.
it wasn't an arrogance thing; it was a fairness to the client. I really think about and care about what I'm doing is storytelling as much as I can. I mean, we're talking
Yeah.
pictures, obviously. You guys don't. I'm not trying to gas myself up with them. So artsy. That's not this podcast. But I do really give my heart to it. So I think about it if it's down the road. So I've learned if I give myself a 3 month booking window, that's what I like to book. By the end of the third month, let's go. And that ends up being seasonal for the most part. The past 2 years of tattooing is been kind of down. I'm not going to blame what a lot of other tattooers would say. Oh, it's saturation. There's too many tattooers. And I just pointed out that within a couple of blocks of, you literally could walk to 7 tattoo shops from where I'm sitting without breaking a sweat within 30 minutes. It's there. That's not dentists don't complain that more dentists are moving to town. They find a way to
Right.
make it through. And if you're good, you're gonna rise through. I've been tattooing 18 years. I'm 49 years old. I'm not going to complain about what someone else is doing. I'm responsible for me. So that being said, though, I have been doing more of these like party based things, like event based things, some walk in or like flash event things. Like I said, we're this neighborhood. We're pretty active with having like block parties and stuff. So we'll do like hot rod motorcycle nights, and then we'll do like biker themed tattoos, or we do like a Valentine's Day thing, and we'll do like lovers tattoos. And I've been kind of getting into those this year, and if I'm being honest with you, that's a money grab.
Yeah,
uh,
for sure.
you boys got to get paid.
Yeah.
The
Gotta
only
get
the only
paid.
thing more powerful than artistic integrity is financial necessity, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thankful for the creative stuff I get to do, but beyond that, yeah, we do some walk in stuff. There's been a time in my career, thankfully, when I've not had to do a lot of that. So but I got my chops, and for the first 7 years of my career was street shops. So I done lots and lots and lots and lots of baby mama names.
Right. Yeah.
How many have you covered up?
Um, yeah, right, right. Fair enough. That is a pretty smart business move to do those tattoos because you know you're going to see them in
Yeah.
2 years.
You're right.
No,
Rick is getting paid up front.
Yeah.
you guys were talking about Nashville and how there's so many tattoo parlors down there.
Mhm.
Clarksville used to only have one. There was
Yeah.
only one in Clarksville, Dancing Dragon. That was the
Dancing
only
Dragon,
one in
yeah.
town.
I
Yeah.
know
And
nobody.
it wasn't even in Clarksville. It was in Oak Grove. On the
Oh, that's
border.
right. Yeah, yeah. It was it was right across the street from what was that gate? Like
Well, it used to be like a white building.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
it got demolished, and then they moved it down to Subway, where Subway is. But
Ah,
now Clarksville, you can't take a rock and not hit a fucking tattoo parlor. They're
Yeah,
everywhere
military
now.
town too, right? Shoot, if they
Huh?
it would been. It's a military town too.
oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think it would have been that way for years.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I grew. My dad was stationed at Fort Campbell, so lived in Clarksville from '86 to shit, probably 2000. Yeah, and yeah, it was like when we first moved there, it was like pawn shop, used car lot, pawn shop, used car lot, and
Yeah.
yeah, then there was the strip club, and then further down the road there was
Tattoo shop.
the tattoo shop. Yeah.
Okay. That's
So,
funny.
and now in Clarksville, like the longest tattoo parlors that are here, because Dancing Dragon's still here, but it's not even in Clarksville, it's in Oak Grove. But we have our oldest ones now is like Tattoo Techniques. And that's been there for 20 years at least, if not longer, probably 30 years. And then No Regrets.
Yeah.
And no gre-
Ben, I feel like.
Yeah, Ben,
Yeah. So I'm gonna confess something.
go ahead.
So I mentioned Atlanta earlier. So I've
Okay.
grew up my whole life in suburban Atlanta with urban sensibility. I've always, skateboarding since the 5th grade. Obviously,
Fuck yeah.
punk rock followed shortly after that. But I've always like that far from the city. I moved to suburban Charlotte with that leaning of, oh, it's just too far away to really embrace the city as a teenager. You know what I mean? So when I got the gig here in Nashville and moved to Nashville tattooing, I moved downtown, and now I moved over here on the east side, and I've been here for teens of years. So I don't know anything about the state of Tennessee. I've
Gotcha.
I've been to Chattanooga a few times.
Yeah.
I know more about the state of Tennessee from my touring days in a band than I do living in the state of Tennessee.
Gotcha.
It's a little embarrassing if I'm being honest with you because I've not even made any effort to. I mean, I've been here for 14 years. You know what I mean?
You can chalk it up to traffic, man. It's cool. Yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to get out of the city, but then I've got to get on 24
Oh
or
God.
65,
Yeah.
right? Why would I do that?
Yeah.
24 has been in construction since I moved here, and I
Yeah.
moved here in '93.
24 East will make you challenge some life decisions for sure.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That's gnarly traffic.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. I remember. Fuck. This would have been late '90s, early 2000s. I remember you could go from Hickory Hollow Mall to Rivergate Mall just by getting on Ellington Parkway, and it felt like it was only 30 minutes, and now that's like a hour and a half to 2 hour trek, man.
Shit. Now,
Hey,
I mean,
can I ask you a question before we get totally off track and I forget and it haunts me?
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're the same age. You guys are clearly we're all in the same interests and lifestyle, music choices,
Right.
and so on. Back in the early 2000s, I played in a band that toured through, and we played at a club off a church called the Indie Net.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
You
Indie
remember
Net.
that place?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have never talked to another person that's lived in Nashville that's heard of what I'm talking about. And it was a record shop in the front
Yeah.
ish. And
Right.
I got the biggest touring lesson of our entire career there. We did a little, I mean, this is independent bands, Weekend Warrior stuff, whatever. But we would put together a week here, 10-day here, kind of runs, trying to push records, whatever. Uh, and we played through from Charleston all the way to West Tennessee through Charleston, South Carolina through from Nashville. We were going to Jacksonville, and it was a great turnout for the show. But we were the only not regional / local band. You know how you would put
Yeah. For sure.
you should put a touring band with some local bands to get some traction, obviously. Anyway, so started the show, dude. This place is packed full of people, and we're ripping. 3 songs in, the place is crickets empty, and we're like, "What just happened?" Because we thought we were just crushing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're end of the night, we're slamming cables around, being just being children, pouting. And dude
Yeah.
comes out for the payout, and he comes to give us, I think it was like an 80% cut of the door because we were the traveling band, something crazy, right? That's not
Yeah.
supposed to happen. And he's like, "What's going on in this room?" And we were just being bitches, right? He's like, I say, "What happened? What happened to the room?" He's like, "Dude, this is every single night. These kids get shows all the time. You're nothing special to them. They've never heard of Odd Man Out. Do you want to get paid or not? Didn't I hear you say you're going to Jacksonville, Florida? Here's gas money." I was like, "Oh my God, what a lesson." And no one cares about your band until you make them care about your band.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we played a handful of other times in the area, and we still never really got a good pull in Nashville, but we learned to play like Chattanooga a few times was a pretty good draw.
That was a cool scene down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I've never, and many people I've asked that are in our age demo, or whatever, they're like, "Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about." They want to start talking about the Muse and all of those clubs that were down in
Yeah.
the Gulch now. But like I know, this is off of Charlotte. And
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
"What are you talking about?"
IndieNet used to before it was IndieNet, it was Lucy's Records.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Lucy's record shop. Yeah.
Well, when
Yeah.
we played, the front of it was still a record shop.
The
Yeah.
record shop, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. When Mary sold it, or when like they stopped, yeah, the couple like came in and did IndieNet, and they kind of they kept it the same format, with
Okay.
records up front and the shows in the back for sure.
But I think I think about that all the time in reference to like
Yeah.
learning, hey, it was early in us trying to get outside of anything that was like the North Carolina kind of scene,
Right.
and I'm sure we were a little ego driven. Well, I'm confident we were ego driven. We were doing it. So
Yeah, for
Did
sure.
you play? Were you in a band when you were in Atlanta?
no, no, no. I was in my early teens there.
Yeah, I because back like in the early 2000s, there was a I mean there's still a great Atlanta hardcore and punk scene, and
Mhm.
we would play with a lot of bands that
Better.
would come up from Atlanta all the time.
Yeah.
But
No, I moved. So I actually did get my first guitar when I was in Atlanta. We moved. The next year, I started high school dabbling with some guys, and then once we graduated and had those early years of like early college and we're old enough to start traveling, the state. I mean, we had no business doing that, but I mean, it was, I mean, it was kids having fun. I mean, sharing passion and ripping for the sake of just the energy of it, the angst of it. I mean, it was a good time. I feel like I'm talking down about it, and I shouldn't. It was actually a very, well, it was my mother.
Yeah.
I told this, and I did a podcast a couple of weeks ago that was all about being a dad. So this is
okay,
drastically different than this one. It was about being a creative and being a dad. But I tell the story. My mother points out to me often that all of my skateboard friends from back in my teenage years and all of us, a pocket of that end up being like musician friends. And then there's a few of us that have ended up being like creative in our lives, but every one of us are successful. I mean,
that's good.
I'm probably the least successful of my crew. I have a friend that makes motion graphics for Imaginary Forces. So like,
Oh shit.
how do you eat your Reese's peanut butter commercials? That
Yeah.
that's his ad.
Oh
Okay.
fuck.
World War Z, when the zombies climb up the wall in South Africa,
Yeah.
everything you're looking at is digital, and he made every bit of it. He spent 18 months
Wow.
on that scene. So
Fuck.
I have a buddy that is over the cybersecurity for Bank of America, and I mean like Bank of America. So like I tattoo, I draw. I'm happy,
Yeah,
I'm
dude, that's all
stoked.
that
That's all
counts,
that
man.
matters. That's
But
all that matters.
she
Yeah,
pointed out
yeah.
in that though that she's like, but the skateboarding that it's not a if you fall, you're going to get hurt to try the thing. Is it worth it? And if it is, then get out there. The touring in a band, you're gonna take that van to El Paso, Texas, really, to play for 12 people, maybe, and how are you gonna get home? You're just gonna
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah.
So taking those kind of understandings and bringing that into a professional world is fun to see. I had no clue what I was doing early in my years of tattooing, booking appointments and connecting and making sure that deposits are made, all that. And then somewhere the light switch clicked on. And then when I went private and I started working, I realized, oh my God, this is exactly the same as booking a band.
Yep.
Connecting it's exactly the same that I've carried it over. So that's been a fun kind of transition over the years too, to see the connecting points. But like my mother says, the effort, the connection, well, you're going to get busted up. Is it worth it? It's going to take this effort. You're going to see it through. You're going to drive to such and such, and no one's going to be there. Are you still going to do it? All of that shapes.
Those are the best shows though. Fuck it, man.
Yeah.
I'd love playing for 7, 8 people. Because
Other bands.
yeah,
Yeah.
You
that's what
played
makes
for you played for 7 other people if there was a ska band playing with you.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd like to thank the other bands and their
Yeah.
girlfriend for coming
Yeah,
out tonight.
yeah.
Well, hell,
And,
if you had a ska band, that's 20 people right there. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
So,
I'd like to thank Steve's mom for letting us play down here tonight. We'll
Yeah.
be sharing
all right,
What the
plugs of
fuck's
washing
up,
machine back
kiddies?
then.
all right. So my band played this house show in Madisonville, Kentucky,
Okay.
and when I say this was a house show, this was in the kid's bedroom. Okay, his fucking bed was in there. Everything was still in there, and his mom is upstairs cooking pizzas and fucking bagel bites and shit. And there's a bunch of hardcore dudes in the fucking his bedroom. Like there was a stairs that went to his bedroom. There's people standing on the stairway. Just you could barely mosh in there, but people were moshing, and his
The drums
fucking
were on the
bedroom.
bed,
Yeah,
all over the place.
and about a month or so back, one of the homies from Evansville had posted a picture of him, and I was like, "Is that?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I was like, man, I remember playing his bedroom, and he goes, "Yeah, there were several different shows there," and I was like, "Yeah, but we played his bedroom, not a garage, not a
Yeah.
basement, not
Yeah,
a living room, but a bedroom." You know, it's just like,
that's a
but hey, we got to play
coming
what you.
in. Sell
So
those tickets,
Skipper,
baby.
man. So what got you? Okay, let's start. Let's talk about you playing music. Like,
Mhm.
when did you start your first band?
So I literally learned to play the guitar to be in a horrific. The we were called the Buzz, 1Z, by the way, because we were edgy, and we were just. I mean, it was horrible, horrible. Just power chord punk rock, uh, 2 minute songs. Let's get through it. Um, it was visceral and rowdy and all the things that you wanted that to be, but pretty tough. Our claim to fame as a band is we were the first band of any kind of heavy semblance at all in our little suburban Charlotte town. There were a few like bar rock bands,
Yeah.
whatever. There's a college in the town, so you know what I'm talking about. A lot of salmon colored shorts and the whatnot.
Yeah.
But so we were the first rowdy, and we really, really we gassed that up before we ever played. And our very first show, there's a video. It's a VHS. So I don't know how I could still show it to anyone, but it's the coolest thing from the back of the room. And we packed this place out for our very first show. And there's a camera from down crowd to the stage, and it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And before we hit note one, these two girls go straight fist fighting right in the middle of the crowd, and it just erupts. And we never even play a note, and we're already legends, dude. Because you see what's happening at this punk rock show. So, yeah, but
That's
that was
pretty
that band was called the Buzz, and that was late high school up into my late teens. We did a lot in the Carolinas. We played way more than we should have. There again, we're talking. I mean, we've never played a bedroom, I don't think, but we played quite a few backyards or
Yeah.
the VFW hall stuff, whatever. Just, I mean, I did that for many years. After that band, I transitioned into I'm assuming you were going to ask me next. So that was I played guitar in that band, and when I say play guitar, I really mean play at the guitar.
Yeah.
I'm a proficient musician. I could get the job done. I transitioned over to bass, and once that band dissolved, a while later I started in a pop punk band called Odd Man Out. That we that's the band that I actually actively traveled quite a bit with. We had a couple of records. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Velvet Blue Records. It's so Jeff Cloud that was in Joy Electric or Starflyer 59,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
old Tooth and Nail bands. This
Yeah.
was Jeff had a label called Velvet Blue that we were on. Goaty
Okay.
Hook, Stave Saker,
Nice.
some of those like that world. You know what I mean? I think Hangnail did an EP with him. The Hangnail show is actually the IndieNet show. I'm not
Okay.
sure if you've ever. Those are that's some years ago, but you guys are old heads, so you remember some of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so we did the thing, trying to sell records and pushing. We'll play your youth center, we'll play your VFW hall, your fire hall, your IndieNet, whatever club you could get your foot in. It was
Yeah.
fun. I was also, and from that world, I've also played drum in sort of just a rock and roll band, just a power rock band. I really enjoy drumming. The energy is fun. Probably a bit of a ham, so I like being the front guy. Was a lot of fun in the Odd Man Out days. But if we're talking about music versus talking about being a front man, it's not really the same. You know what I mean? Uh, I don't know that I had anything to say necessarily. It was just the thing to do. My voice now is very much in visual arts, but and I make this joke all the time, Russ. That in Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm I would be recognized as a musician that tattoos. In some circles, may be respected as a musician. In Nashville, Tennessee, I'm a tattooer that owns instruments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, do you know? So this is name dropping. I apologize a little bit, but do you know who Noah Khan is?
Mm-mm.
The He's like a folk king. Like he's got the Netflix special right now. His bassist is my neighbor to the left of me.
Okay.
Right behind me is there's a country guy. His name's Thomas Rhett. His drummer lives directly behind my old spot. Point every direction you go is someone that's like highly proficient at in whatever work. I mean, so I'm like, I'll just focus on being a tattooer. That's where my passion's at anyway, you know.
Yeah.
But I was and this is the story from how I even got to Nashville and the tattooing and music and the whole thing. I started tattooing because I needed more time off work to tour. You can't go to your
Ah,
job and say, "Hey, I need 150 days off work this year." You guys cool with that? They're like, I mean,
yeah, get
you
bent.
asked for half the year off work. What are you talking about? So
Yeah.
something's got to give. I was already designing all of my own tattoo work, plus my homies, plus if my band had merch, your band had merch, you had, t-shirts, stickers, posters, whatever, anything to promote. I was sort of the guy that was designing all of that stuff. My tattoo guy that was coming in doing my art on my body for me, which is a horrific idea. I didn't know anything about tattooing. I just knew what I like. He should have been. Wait a second, let's do a version of this.
Yeah.
But whatever. I've learned from my mistakes, thankfully. That being said, though, he was like, "Well, we need a third artist. What keeps you from coming and working with us? And you know how much money you need to make." When you're not touring or playing music, whatever, that's your business. Come on. I'm like, well, you've never asked me. What do you mean come and work for you? Are you asking me to come apprentice here or what? I mean, because we have some steps, you know. But anyway, I did that. I apprentice, learned to tattoo. I juggled music and tattooing as a creative outlets for years. And when the band broke up, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. I can focus on tattooing what I called it because the pressure of, and you guys know this, the DIY world, even with whatever, like there was zero like label support. It was label pressure to pay money back. There was nothing of value in that relationship. So the pressure to still book shows, to collect the money, to make sure that the shows were promoted, all of those kind of things. Well, that was my responsibility in the band. Our guitar player was sort of the musical force of what we were doing. To say musical force felt rather dramatic, but the dude that wrote the songs, you know. So we finished a tour. We got back. The next day we went to unload. He said, "Yo, guys, I'm done. I'm not gonna be, relationship stuff, whatever."
Yeah.
And dude, I almost cried. I was so excited that this band was over, and it wasn't my fault, and I wasn't going to feel the pressure of it. Not, whatever. But we sold our van, we sold our trailer, we had the tour money that we had made, and we sold what little bit of merch we had left. It like dirt cheap, but we all ended up. I was like, "This is how this band has finally made money." Is we had to break up. So she knew. But
Well,
from
hey,
that, I was the notebook guy. Uh, and that sort of you guys, I know the notebook guy. I'm sure. I mean, Clarksville or Murfreesboro, or whatever, right? You're a local or independent band that's coming through. You need a show. You call that guy. He's going to tell you where it's at. That was me. I would either connect you to a venue in the Charlotte area, or I would just find a venue to book it, and I would take on the insurance and take on the whatever and book it. And
Yeah.
because I was from that world, I always got good bookings because I would give the band sometimes 100%, but I would give you, depending on where I could get to the spot, how much it costs, so on and so forth. It was always at least going to be like an 80% split off the door. And if you guys want, come stay at my house tonight, and wash your clothes, have a real meal, sleep in a real bed.
Yeah.
That sweetens the pot. But you get to that connection, that relationship, and it starts building, and it starts building, and it starts building. The next thing you know, those dudes are killing it these days, and they want a tattooer to come on the road with them. We already have a relationship built. So that's been my introduction into music through tattooing. And in that world, it made sense to just kind of end up in Nashville.
Yeah. Fuck
would,
yeah.
So,
would you ever go on tour with the band to tattoo?
all the time. The first,
You do?
the first 13 years of my career was taking the back lounge of a tour bus or the green room and convert it into a studio and hit the road. Wake up in one city, go to bed, and just kind of rinse and repeat every day. Here's the funny story. Or a saying. I've been to every major city in the United States probably 3 times. Every single House of Blues parking lot looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Every load in dock is exactly the same.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you get into some of the gritty clubs and some of that kind of stuff, it's fun. But thankfully, like playing, those I would rather be in those environments playing. But from a tattooer, um, um, I don't say it's spoiled because it actually does. My comfort matters, lights matter, visibility matters. So some of those clubs offer better lighting and stuff, but some of the shenanigans of ye old rock and roll, shall we say, it doesn't happen like it used to, but it still happens, and that's fine. And I'm a guest at these. I'm your guest to be here, so I'm not going to tell you what and what not to do. That's not my place. But I have a wife that respects me, and I respect and love her, and there's an understanding there. So if I can get on the back lounge of a bus and ride with that band for the week and that becomes my tattoo studio, that's what I prefer. I don't tattoo anything front of house. I only tattoo band and crew. But I have a list of bands that I work with that will just randomly call and we'll go text messages back and forth. Who wants what? Whatever. I'll size that up. But I'm no dummy. This is not my first rodeo. I know that there's two other support bands that are also going to want to get tattooed and their techs. And the second they find out there's a tattoo guy on the road, it's moss to a flame. Hey,
Yeah.
you got some extra time. You got some extra time. If I run out of time that week, yo, here's my number. Call me next time you're in Nashville. We'll work it out. Or if you want me to come hit the road with you, we can work that out. That's usually we know each other on a deeper rapport. But yeah, I've been doing that I've been tattooing 18 years. Uh, you know what's funny? I actually slowed down doing the touring stuff when I moved to Nashville.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, just be patient. They're going to be here, And like
Yeah.
I work 2 miles from Basement East, or 3 miles from where so we'll just pull a late night here or an afternoon. So, but
Well,
yeah, it's been fun. It's cool.
what's I don't know, so that's why I'm asking. But what's the difference though with tattooing on the bust than tattooing at someone's house?
From a sterility, from like a we're kitchen magician stuff.
Yeah, like no, I
Nothing.
mean,
I'm
but
a
no, no,
total scratcher. In
no,
those
no. I'm
moments,
saying like not saying like scratchers and shit, but like, would you go to somebody's house and tattoo them at their
mm,
house?
mm, mm, mm.
Okay.
Let me pause that. What kind of context are we talking? I'm not going to do like a juggalo party. I'm not
No,
going to do like
like
that.
I was like, hey man, hey, would you mind coming up tomorrow and doing me a piece on my leg at my house?
I would if we weren't talking about it on a podcast.
No, no, I know. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. I got
Here's
you.
the deal. Here's the deal.
No,
I totally would. So the touring thing, and I guess I'm exposing myself, and I don't want to be outing any of my other homies that do this. It's it's full blown road dogging. It's not legal. I mean, that's why I only tattoo band and crew.
no, I
We're in
understand.
that city for 12 hours, dog. You know what I mean? So it's we keep the party rolling. Um, because I do have an ethic about tattooing. I absolutely hate. I'm gonna get my tattoo kit off of Amazon and start tattooing all my buddies around the house. To me, it's a little disrespectful to what I do to provide for my family. You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you, I didn't get mine off of Amazon. I got mine from Timu.
Oh, that's different.
That's
You
different,
went, you even went budget. You went budget on where you bought it, so you deserve this satisfaction.
I had to wait 3 weeks for it to ship from Shine or ship. Damn it, the edible has not kicked in
Yeah,
yet.
I think it has.
China.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but
Anyway, let's move.
so the touring. Uh, I've worked with some of these bands since. I mean, they were playing church fellowship halls. You know what I mean? They're not gonna snitch on me for tattooing them in the back of the bus, so we're safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But and like I said, I've done these. They do these little art markets around Nashville and stuff. I've tattooed some of those. Those are actually, and it's a money grab, the flash stuff, but those are kind of fun. The health department barely pays attention to that. So it would be, here's the deal. I've been tattooing professionally for 18 years, so I know what I'm doing. I know what's clean, what's not clean, how to keep all that kind of
for
stuff.
sure.
Yeah, but there's also the etiquette and the ethics of how people approach things. And I'm like, oh, that we know each other. I know what you're about. If I walk into your house, I know I know what I'm getting into. There's not gonna be
Yeah,
7 cats everywhere, and you know what I mean. So
but
yeah,
that's all I was gonna. I didn't know, but uh, because I mean, I know there's people. I mean, what like for instance, like Murfreesboro had a music fest like last year, and they had a bunch of tattoo artists set up there outside and some tent.
yeah.
Like now. Does the health department check that, or it's just whatever?
I would assume, man, if they had like an actual festival, I would
Yeah, I
think,
mean, I mean, it was like, one of them breweries that had like a festival
yeah.
outside, bands playing. I didn't know.
Typically, the health department will come through just to check off to make sure that you have you are a licensed tattooer, that you have
Yeah,
your blood
okay.
the basic stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, when they come through and they check us as a studio here, honestly, they run through the paperwork and make sure that everything's documented properly more than they. I mean, what's a good tattoo? First of all, so that's just, the art side of it is subjective. They don't care at all about that.
Yeah.
They just want to make sure that their paper trail is. I don't. I'm trying to give them a sense of credit. I don't honestly know what they did. I don't know.
Well, because it's like, with the health department comes to a restaurant, they
Mhm.
got to make sure you're cooking food at the right temperature and your shit's like that, and
Yeah,
that's a little different. But like I was thinking, like in the tattoo world, it's like they always tell me the health inspectors when they come to the restaurant, they always like the tattoo parlors are the easiest ones to do.
it's the
They
same.
said because they're some of the coolest people, and you're in and you're out.
Yeah.
You just check what you got to check and then go.
Well, I mentioned to you that Brandon is the OG here in Nashville tattooing. I pointed like that's his studio's over there. He's not even there, and that's a lamp. That's not Brandon, by the way.
No,
Uh,
no, that's the base stack.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure he wrote some of those tattoo bylaws for Davidson County. I mean, so it's a real and here's another comical thing that we joke about often. So we're a private studio. So the door is almost always locked. We book pretty much based off appointment. So
Mhm.
for the health department to pop in and come check us out, they have to call and book an appointment to be here.
They know when
That's
you're
weird.
so you know when they're here. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, well, what's the point? But
Yeah,
anyway,
it's kinda like when they come to the restaurant, somebody always comes back in the kitchen first. They be like, "Hey, health inspector's here,"
yeah,
and then you
total
go
opposite.
ahead and get everything fucking that you don't need to be there, and then you're good to go.
100%, 100%.
Make sure you put
'Cause
the
you
sanitizer in the in the sink.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, no, you can't have it in the sink
Oh, it's not in the
because
other
you
side of
have
the
to
sink
wash your
anymore?
hands in the
Every
sink.
You have to have
Ah.
a sink in every booth, or ours is a
Yeah,
separate
yeah.
studio spaces, but it's still big, just big rooms. But yeah, you have to be a certain distance from a sink. Um, there's all sorts of cross contaminant things that you can't touch with your gloves. It's that kind of stuff becomes second nature as you're doing it over time. But
Oh,
some
yeah.
of the basic stuff, like just dude stuff, like the paper towels are never full, or
Right.
that's why does this trash can always have trash in it? That just simple stuff that thankfully uh, uh, we have an apprentice that we're not hazing her at all on any little bit. We've agreed that we wouldn't go that route, but
Well,
she probably takes the trash out more than the rest of us.
Well,
how has hazing in the tattoo world changed since you were coming up?
Oh, that's the not, bro. You aren't talking sideways to a 20-year-old anymore. Are you
No.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? No, that's not a no. No.
Kinda like
There's no polishing chrome on a motorcycle to come in so I can teach you how to do this speak shade technique on this flash. That's not happening anymore.
yeah, damn, yeah. You gotta be
I,
nice
I
and
you know,
gentle.
I it's a tricky thing because I embrace the new world. I use a pen style tattoo machine. My style of tattooing is very modern as far as its aesthetic. So I have no problem with any of that. But I do appreciate some of that traditional old school, you earn it to have it kind of
Yeah.
value of, uh, to say beat you down and build you up to great is that's a little harsh, but you earn the right to. I went in every single day after work and line drawings, line drawings, line drawings, line drawings, line drawing every day for I don't even know how long. And I would bring them to them perfect, so proud, and who'd look at it and crumble it up and say, "That's pretty good. Do it again." What
Fuck.
am I going to say? What am I going to do?
Yeah,
That's not
yeah.
happening to anyone now. Anyone. So,
No,
and again, I don't know if it's a right or wrong. It just is thing. It's a little bit
different times.
different. For like I said, I'm not an old guy by any means, and my heart space is very young. But my apprentice is a 21-year-old girl. She does not behave like a 21-year-old at all. It's actually quite mind blowing how hardworking she is and how well, she's a gifted artist as well. But she really, really, really works hard. But I do have to watch how I talk with her. I mean, I have a 17-year-old daughter that is very sensitive also. So when I see a 21-year-old cry, I automatically start connecting with, oh, my daughter. You know, so I'm like, I can't do this. We got to find another way to talk about this. It's been a bit of a challenge. But thankfully, there's been very little of that. We've almost she's killing it.
How long till she's let free?
She's doing some walk-in stuff now, but like I said, we've not been a walk-in shop ever. We've been appointment based with the three of us, but she's got to get her chops right, and that's just how you do it. And our obstacle, honestly, I guess I'll take on some of the responsibility, is going to be how to get some people in here for her because, as we've already jokingly mentioned, there's so many tattoo shops. There are literally 4 tattoo shops within a mile radius that have been doing walk-ins for 10 years. You know,
Yeah.
so I don't need that energy. The front room doesn't need that energy. The back room doesn't need that energy, but she does, and she's made a lot of connections with these like the flashlights that we do. This being again the very social block, it lends itself to promotion. So baby stepping, you know, it's certainly not going to be because of skill set uh, and want to. She's working hard. It's been fun, but again, the joke going back to, we committed to not hazing her at one. She's a what's a couple of a 49-year-old dude and a 50-something-year-old guy doing hazing a 21-year-old girl? What are we doing?
Right.
You know, how douchey is that? So anyway, but it worked out that we just didn't have to. That was not a. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think tattoo shops are doing that anymore. There might be a few old heads.
It's different too when you were coming up with tattooing, and I mean, hell, 20 years ago, whatnot. There wasn't a lot of female that were tattoo. I mean, there was, but not a lot were apprenticing and coming up like now as there is now. Because now I think there's the female is game is crazy. There is so
Ooh.
in Clarksville. I swear there's a shop that I just feel like it's all females, which is wild. But there's a lot of females.
There's a shop in Murfreesboro. I think it's called Electric Peach. That's an all-female shop. There's a couple that are very niche like that. It's cool. You're right
Yeah,
though.
I think it's great.
So I worked 9 years in the tattoo industry before I ever worked with another female tattooer. Now that's my experience, obviously, but
Yeah,
uh,
I remember.
but
When I was
now that's extremely common.
I remember when I was living in California, we would sneak off the army base, find somebody that had a car, and we'd sneak off base, and then we'd go to this pool hall, and next to the pool hall was a liquor store, and next to the liquor store was a tattoo parlor, but it was like the scary tattoo parlor when all you saw up front was like all the fucking bikers and shit, and inside they're all like, like sleeved out with fucking vests on and shit. And you're just like, you didn't want to walk in there.
Or you really wanted to see what was going on inside.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
you weren't the first two.
No, but I mean that's why we're at the pool hall, because all those people were at the pool hall anyway. So yeah, no,
You're itching
yeah,
closer. Itching closer.
yeah,
Pool hall,
yes.
foosball, tattoo.
Yeah.
There you go. So, what made you want to do the style that you are doing?
Um,
Because it's fucking pretty epic. Like I was looking at your stuff and I was like, that's fucking looks great. Like it looks like watercolor.
Yeah.
well, thank you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hydration break here.
Well, we playing foosball over here?
No, foosball.
You
Foosball. It's
Um,
22 minutes, guys.
So I fell into it. If I'm being just honest, I moved to Nashville. So I worked. I came up, did a guest spot, hit it off real well, made a connection with a studio that offered me a gig to come to town, with the understanding of I want to find my voice. It's time to level up, really kind of start. I've really been fortunate, and I'll get to the every studio or every experience I've had. I've kind of gotten a little more understood, a little more footing, a little aware. Each space has gotten a little better, a little nicer. The environments have gotten, I got a chance to move here to be style specific within the art that I make. Just on the Nashville's a creative city. Let's see what happens. I honest to God, from some of these tour experiences and past things, Nashville was one of my favorite cities previous to moving here. Anyway, I'm from the South, like we've mentioned, so I like fried food and a slower pace of life and sweet tea and the whole thing, right? So Nashville offers that, but if you want to lean into the city aspects of it, you can get into that stuff. The arts obviously here are amazing, and what benefits me is not just did I get to tattoo musicians, but I get to tattoo um, tour managers. I get to tattoo lighting people, techs, engineer. I mean, when do you the iceberg of the creative industry, specifically music. You see the stage stuff, but all of that stuff behind the scenes. Well, those people are creative thinking also. That taps into my way of thinking. So why not get here with the? We'll figure it out, right? I had a young lady walk in asking for, or excuse me, she was asking the guy that owned the shop at the time, and the studio there was 5 other artists besides myself that were style specific in the thing that they do. There was like a traditional guy, a lettering guy, a black and gray guy. It was very specific. I came in, was like, well, we'll figure this out. I want it to be modern, but I don't know. So I already knew that I kind of had the niche. I just didn't know what.
Mm-hmm.
She was asking for a specific bird and a flower, kind of very typical. And I don't want to be disrespectful even to what I do, but the very typical quote unquote Pinterest watercolor style tattoo. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Uh, and I saw it, and I tell this story probably once a week, even still, 14 years later. That I don't know if it was the need for a clientele base, or if it was I don't know, have any idea. But I was like, hey, I've done a couple of those. I literally meant two. I've done 2 of those style of tattoos. So she came in, we did that tattoo. Her roommate came and got tattooed virtually the next day, the same style. They were both hot yoga instructors in town, which essentially means that they were ex- body exposed all day, every day, in front of hundreds of people. I had no idea that Nashville, Tennessee was looking for a contemporary modern watercolor tattooer. I had no idea that other tattooers around town were rejecting the idea of doing that style of art because, well, the common thought is the traditional guys are it's bold to hold, and I do understand that because I came up from a street shop. So if you look at my work, you will see that there are way bolder edges on the sides of these things than the traditional watercolor tattooer because I try and apply those things. But that being said, the visibility of people wanting the style of tattooing and tattooers kind of rejecting it. Um, I'll throw my homies under the bus here. I think the idea is they just don't know how to do it. So rather than saying maybe you should go somewhere else, it's they give you a laundry list of why you shouldn't. How about you say I can't do that? That's
Right. Yeah.
but whatever. I mean, it's better that they would not try and do it and do a poor job than whatever. I don't care how they make a living. We're talking. I'm on this podcast. But anyway, so I built the momentum of a style of art that no one else in the area. And man, when I say the area, this is wild. But my weekly reach and my clientele base is like Evansville, Louisville, to like Birmingham, to
Damn.
Memphis, to like the East Coast
Damn.
Okay.
for a long time. And there are other guys that do it, but I guess I hit a marketing pocket, or I don't know. I mean, there was some hype that goes along with things from time to time, but it really was. But doing that, I really got the courage to start putting like the patterns and the more the graphic based stuff that kind of European kind of feel. And it's more, I don't know, more. It's just more street art, less like grandma flowers, and more something with a little something to say. At least
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying. But that happened out of the confidence of saying, hey, if you do art the way that your heart's telling you to do it, people will get on board. And here we are. It's been
So
cool.
that's cool though, because like now, so like you're like that dude who can do that. They're like, oh, if you want this done right, go check out Chipper. If they
I
give you,
think so.
yeah,
I mean, there are amazing tattooers in this city, and there's so many little niche pockets of things that guys do and they don't do. And I found mine very much my world in the painterly style thing. Um, so yeah, there are people that do quote unquote again watercolor style tattoo. I don't know why I have such a hard time just embracing the term watercolor. I think it's because there's an overly feminine connotation to what it is, and that's not singularly what I do. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, do you think that Blink still wants to play Damn It, or Green Day wants to still play what? I mean, so
yeah,
you get past the thing, you play the hits when you got to play the hits, but you want to write some new stuff. So the idea for me is I like to add the patterns. I like the storytelling element of this foreground image tells a story. This pattern supports the story. This color even further supports the story. It's the same exact thing as a drum beat builds, a guitar riff fills the middle of the bass, or the bass and the drums are going to fill that middle. You get the high end, the vocal. You're building layers to tell that story. I'm trying to do the exact same thing with a visual piece of art, whether it be um, I worked on a piece yesterday that is the building blocks of the machine getting you down and you're falling prey to how things were, but then rising from the ashes. But rather than do a phoenix, we're doing these gears that are all black and gray. That it has red phoenix leaves or feathers coming up with this warm color tone, but the inside of it is going to be peacock feathers that are blue and purple, but the peacock feathers and the phoenix feathers are the exact same feathers. It's just in complete reverse color imagery. But all the black, like the dark, like heavy imagery is gears and what's supposed to be dark and gritty versus the juxtaposition of the bright, vibrant color tells the story of redemption through getting outside of the cycle of the machine, so to speak. So that's, I mean, you're writing story. I would assume you're writing songs very similar with a theme in mind, or an idea, or at least a direction. So,
with you doing the watercolor style, there's a guy here in Clarksville named Tim Jensen, and he does geometrical shapes and stuff, and he's not like that. I just zoomed in on you. I was like, hey,
there they are.
But yeah, and he's like one of the only guys in the area here that does it.
Yeah.
And he got people coming from California flying in here to do it. But his work, I was like, I couldn't do I can't even write a straight line now, let alone on somebody's fucking skin,
Real soft, fine lines are.
Yeah, and it's a lot of lines, and it's like, man, and there's some of these younger kids. This guy that I know, his brother was like 16 years old tattooing at the time, and the stuff that he was doing at 16, I was just like, he's not fucking 16. He's like, no, he's 16, and I was like, fuck. And then now he's 22, and he just blows my mind on how dope his stuff is. But I want to know, when some of that stuff that looks so realistic, like 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, is this still going to be that vibrant and still look that realistic?
Well, no, but neither is the traditional piece that you got 10 years ago. Neither is the piece that I'm going to do tomorrow, 10 years from then. I mean, you're making, obviously, you're making a life commitment. There's longevity to the thing that we're doing. But more often than not, the sentiment is for the moment. You know what I mean? At least for me. And I'm going to speak for myself, and I apologize if this comes across overly artsy. And I don't know that many other tattooers that think this way. So I'm speaking purely for myself, not for the industry. I'm here to give you the experience in the moment and the story that you need for when you need it. If you've asked me now, then let's figure out what you want right now that looks good for right now. Why are we wearing that 20 years from now? Now, there's a balance to that. You don't want to make an overt mistake for someone, and that you're going to blow out something, or so there's technical aspects to that. But my concern for the moment is for the expression that what I'm doing, the story that I'm telling, because they need this story told now, right? So let me get into that. Now that's a little artsy, I know, but it's it's how
you're an artist.
Well, this is how I think. I only want to, part of coming and working private and being style specific. All of those were steps to recognizing and realizing how I work, and to be good at something means you have to really, really avoid the things you're bad at, or power through them.
What was your first tattoo?
Oh, I still have it. Is this garbage right up here? It's like
and then what was your first apprentice tattoo, and what was your first tattoo after apprenticing?
My very first apprenticeship tattoo was about 5 pounds, or about 10 pounds and a 5 pound. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's a dagger. Remember this, we're talking 19 years ago. It's a dagger cutting through and coming back out of the skin. Has a red tip. The handle is a coiled snake, but the break at the top of the snake's head is a candle still glowing with like an aura around it.
Holy shit.
Yeah. My first, what was the other question?
The first tattoo after, your first paid tattoo.
Um, I have a crumbling chocolate chip cookie on the back of. You guys know the band Under Oath?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me
So
ask you a question then. Are you the one that you went on tour under oath first?
a lot, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Those,
I've read something about you somewhere
yeah.
before I even knew about you.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, that's. I have a crumbling chocolate chip cookie going down the back of Gillespie's Achilles kind of area. That was my first like. I believe in you, dude. You know what I mean? They're
Exactly.
one of those bands that I used to do the. I would book them at like youth centers and teen halls, and hey, I don't have a whole lot of money, but you guys can stay at the house or whatnot. So as we connected, it just made sense to do tattoos and rock and roll. It's hand to a glove, so come hit the road with us, and you'd go out with them and meet the next band. But it's just been one of those.
Okay.
Spencer is, I mean, not, I'm not, I don't want to get tacky and name droppy, but Spencer is actually probably one of my closest friends here in Nashville. So it's just like,
Eric, he's over here name dropping. Jeez, come
yeah,
on.
Finally, somebody other than me, you know.
I spend the absolute most time in music studios for a dude that does not play music at all.
Yeah.
That's my I don't hang out with any tattooers.
Yeah.
So so the homies that work here with me, I had a party last Sunday, uh, and they came and hung out. Obviously, we work here at the studio, but Brandon's wife said, "Hey, Chip," she said, "Where do all these guys tattoo?" There's about 30-ish couple, people there, so couples. She said, "Where do all these people tattoo?" I said, "Not one of these people tattoo. These are all musicians." She's like, "What?" I said, "I don't have any tattoo friends." She's like, "What?" I said, "I don't hang out with any tattooers outside of you guys, and we barely hang out." So it's a fun. I like to pretend like it keeps my art fresh. I don't know that it does because I still see what's happening on the internet, and I still, you play to what the client asks you to do. Again, I've said that multiple times. I don't want that to sound disrespectful. I'm very thankful that my clients let me tell their story through my voice. It's a very powerful and fun thing. But it's cool. I lost my train of thought because I kept looking at your guy. I keep thinking he's getting closer and further away, and he's the one that's ahead of us. But so anyway, though, is the leveling up and leveling up. I was able to hit the road and but she said, "Who are all these guys?" I was like, "Well, I don't hang out with tattooers. These are all musicians because that's the world I'm in. It's the world that I came from, and it's an honest. It's not to sound overly corny, but my friendships are honest to God, like our youthful, Warp Tour headline, whatever. It's like there are the homies now,
Yeah.
and the value that I see now in that world is the humanity, not the guy on stage, but like the dude with raising his daughter, or the guy that's struggling financially, or the dude that's having the personal stuff, the stuff that you guys know about each other, that kind of stuff. It makes the art that much more powerful. And then for me as a visual artist, it there's an attachment that much more. That makes sense. So it's for
100%.
me. I prefer to lock into that world. But yeah, my friends here in town are. It's pretty wild that I'm sitting in studios and I'm like, that guitar, my favorite record was written on that guitar right there. So it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got the best like experience of being in a studio because you're not recording and you don't have all that fucking stress. You're just like
Can
you're
I?
chilling out, you're hanging, you're broing
Let me,
down with your friends,
yeah, yeah. Let me tell
and
you
they're
something.
fucking over there sweating and
Yeah,
stressing out and trying not to yell at this guy and that guy and
it's an embarrassing reality, and I'm going to say this, and I know that this podcast is primarily a punk rock road dog. I don't want to sound too bougie when I start talking about these sort of things, but the reality is for me is I lived to get in that band on the road. Let's tour. If it's for the week, if it's for the weekend, if it's for whatever, let's do it.
yeah, yeah,
Craved it to get to a place to where you could be in a bus or whatnot.
yeah,
Never happened for me ever as a musician, and I'm not really. I can play at the guitar, the bass, the drums. We can
yeah.
have a good afternoon. You don't want me in your band. Uh, that being said,
That's
though,
me.
none of those places I was going anywhere with those bands, but the connections that I made got me to the back of the bus with Under Oath, which then put me connecting with this band and this band and this band and this band, which got me tattooing at House of Blues, Electric Factory in Philly, whatever. These experiences where I'm getting at the thing that I craved and I wanted, I didn't realize, well, on down the line, you're going to get it, but you're going to get it in a totally different way, which is cool. It's magic, really. It's wild how that happens. But I don't have to be there. I choose to be there. So even 4 days in, the bus is still not my house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's a whole new appreciation for van guys to the bandwagon guys to bus guys, and you earn that to get to there, but it's still never really home. That's the kind of the point I was trying to make. And me seeing that from the outside, a guy that's going for 4 or 5 days to tattoo the back of the bus, this is cake.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do this
Yeah.
all the time. That reality, and I'll get in my feelings every single year when Warped Tour comes around or when We Were Young comes around, and all of my friends will be on stage in front of 60,000 people, and everyone's singing along. And I'm like, nobody's singing to my tattoos. But then I'm like, oh wait, but I'm gonna be at home tonight in bed by my wife
Right. Yeah.
in the air conditioning, watching television. I'm gonna be living my comfortable life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as far as the it's so tacky, but the marketplace, the financials is like, and we're making the same money. So I think I might be the one that's winning here. I
Right.
still get to make art the way that I choose to make it. I don't compromise that. That still has a sense of a punk rock ethics. So the belonging, it all still fits. That gets to what I'm getting at.
Well, they are not singing to your songs, but they are seeing your tattoos on them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
I
they
used
might
to,
see these tattoos on these dudes and be like, man, I think I need to go get a tattoo now. And now this guy gets his first tattoo because they saw their tattoo. So
it's happened. It's happened. I used to subscribe to AP Magazine just so I could thumb through it and see my tattoos.
That's awesome.
I've been in AP Magazine more times than I've been in like any tattoo rag.
Yeah.
that's right.
Um,
So Chipper,
What up?
this is a segment of the show. We're going to change it up here for a little bit. It's called 7 with 7.
All right.
Okay. Eric's going to ask you 7 random questions. There's no wrong, no right answer. It's whatever you come up with right off the top of your dome.
All right. Hey, side note, is this podcast named after the Rancid song?
No, it's actually no, it's not. It's actually or it's not even named after the Bryan Adams album. You want it, you got it. It's a chorus in one of my bands that my band Taken Under. We had a chorus and it went, "You want it, you got it," and it was just a crowd thing, and
like
it
anthem?
just worked. Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's even cooler because it's a your thing.
yeah.
Sorry, brother. I didn't mean to.
no, you're good. So you go ahead and do your thing. I'm gonna go do something.
All right. Question number 1. Outside of tattooing, what is a pastime of yours? A favorite pastime, if you will.
Oh, I still ride my skateboard as often as I can.
Nice, nice.
It's no more chicken about it. It's more just cruising around, but
Yeah,
still
that's what
very
I was
much
about to
something I
say.
enjoy.
Are you still like dropping in on bowls and riding
Yeah,
mini
depends on the
half?
size. It depends on the size, but not. I'm usually trying to keep it mellow. I make my living with my wrist, not skateboarding. So-
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, growing up, were you team Pal Peralta, Santa Cruz, Dogtown, Alva?
So I grew up perfectly in the early mid '80s when all of the Bones Brigade stuff was ruling the world.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I don't have but one real hobby outside of I paint outside of tattooing, and but I sell paintings. That doesn't count as a hobby. That's just what I do.
Right,
You
right.
know what I mean? So that is when you make art for a living, it's a blurred line of when, I don't feel like I need a hobby. I'm not escaping anything, but I do collect vintage skateboards.
Oh,
And
nice.
I have
okay.
about 55. And the first maybe, are you into this kind of stuff at all, by the way?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell
Off
yeah.
camera, I could send you a dope photo off camera. But the first 20 are original 83 to 85. I have a Mike McGill from 83 that's a limited edition. It was one of 1,000 made that has it because it's a snakeskin graphic backing.
Oh, dude, I have that one.
It's still in the plastic from 84.
Holy shit! Yeah, mine was that was my first pro deck, but it
I
was
have,
the gray snakeskin. Yeah.
I have a Lance Mountain. A Cab, a Ray Barbie, 2 variants of Ray Barbies that are original. Stacy Guerrero, I'm sorry, Nicky Guerrero,
Nicky Guerrero. Yeah.
Tommy Guerrero, that are original. I have not an original, not the original. What I have what most people think is the original Tony Hawk, which is the Maltese cross and the Hawk skull. That's not the
Yeah.
original Hawk graphic, but that's the one that people connect with. I have one of those that doesn't have a scratch on it. That the only holes in it are the pilot holes for the trucks.
Oh fuck
Oh
yeah.
shit.
I have a ridden early 3 colorway Christian Soy board given to me by Christian Soy.
Oh hell yeah.
A hammerhead?
Yeah, it's signed. So I have, and then there's a whole bunch of like eye candy. They're not
Yeah.
they're worth what I paid for them at
Yeah.
for the cheapskates. And then I have about 10.
TCS.
I have a handful of roughly 10 repops from the 90s, but they're reissues from like 93. So they've accumulated some worth. So
Nice.
anyway,
Well,
that's my a handful of
You-
those are if the house is on fire, let's grab those kind of
Yeah.
bragging rights. We'll see where they go financially down the road. But they're collectors. I don't
Yeah.
have any intent on never doing anything other than going in there and ripping off the art that I see and trying to figure out how I can put those patterns on a tattoo.
Yeah.
Those colors, those patterns on a tattoo. That's 100% what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
You know Ray Underhill?
Oh, yeah.
Ray Underhill? He's from Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Nashville.
I
Yeah.
tattooed his sister or his cousin or something,
Okay.
and it blew her mind that I knew who he was. I was like, that dude's a big deal.
Yeah,
So,
dude, he's
yeah.
big. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Right here.
the rosary bead board with the rosary beads on that
Yeah.
that board. I want to get that deck. I want, and the Ray Barbie cards. I want to get that.
The patchwork.
But I want to get that. I want to get that on my leg,
You need that?
like that.
Yeah, nice.
You see that?
Yeah.
The Ray
See,
Barbie?
Yeah.
The Ray Barbie
wanna
graphic?
I like that. He gets good, and he's a good artist too. He can
Yes,
sing
yes.
his ass off.
His music is great.
Yeah.
All right.
All
sorry.
right, Eric.
Sorry. Sidetrack.
Sorry, Eric.
No.
Sorry, Eric.
Back to 7 with 7. All right. Question number 2. Growing up, what was your favorite Saturday morning cartoon?
Oh, Huckleberry Hound,
Nice.
which is
Oh,
way
nice.
old for us, but I like Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Yeah.
Dude,
Shout out
so
to
good.
Hanna-Barbera, man. Yeah.
Pepe Le Pew. I mean, before we grew up and realized he was being a little sus, was
Yeah,
real funny.
Well, guess what? He got the
Yeah.
movie coming out though.
Really?
What?
Mhm. Pepe Le Pew has a movie coming out, and
Is it gonna be like one of those like horror movies that they did with like fucking Winnie the Pooh and fucking?
now that would be fucking cool. Not really. It'd be NC-17 probably. No.
I would have thought they would
But,
have tried to forgotten everything about Pepe Le Pew. That's not
Yeah,
the most.
yeah.
You know what I
Man.
mean?
Oh shit! I watch
You know-
MeTV cartoons, and I'm just like, "Yep, that didn't age well. Nope,
No,
that didn't
yeah.
age well.
Oh,
Nope,
fucking
that
1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians, and
Boom.
then
Jesus.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of
Yeah.
sketchy.
Yeah. All
But
right.
yeah, I like the Hanna Barbera stuff. So I would say Huckleberry Hound was I like this vibe.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's rad. All right. Question number 3. Taking it back to MTV. Who was your favorite VJ?
Ooh, that would be what was the guy with the weird crazy hair? Jesse. Remember he won the
Oh,
competition.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Technically, I think he came in runner-up in the competition. That Dave guy, the straight-laced guy, won. I think Jesse was just so charismatic they gave him the job anyway.
Have you
A
seen it
little
lately?
embarrassed that I know that fact, but no. Let me get Matt Penfield. Matt Penfield for sure.
There you
because
go.
You're going to get a little education with the music.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch. Yeah. When he joined 120 Minutes, it was like listening, to either a Bad Religion song or Iron Maiden. You were getting,
Yeah.
you were rocking out, but you were also learning something.
Yeah, he's going to tell you what Mike Ness's tattoos mean. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And a funny side note about this tattoo, and
Yeah,
for I was wrong. Here,
Yeah.
20 minutes.
That's
All
crazy.
right. Question number 4.
Number 4.
Go to vacation spot.
My wife is a big hiker, so we travel to hiking destinations. It's
Okay.
hard for me to lock in one. We don't go to one. We mix it up. Am I allowed to just say hiking and then the
Oh
variants?
yeah.
We've done Montana. We've done Iceland. We've done.
Ooh.
So we did the Highline Trail at Glacier in Montana.
Okay.
We did Second Beach in Washington. That's as far northwest as you can be in the United States. We actually, where we stayed, overlooked the Canadian Cascades, just
Oh
over
shit.
like a little
Okay.
harbor area.
Yeah.
We did the White Sands Desert in New Mexico. I'm not sure if you've ever done that, but that's a trip. You walk out in the middle of the desert and look around, and it's nothing but white sands, and it's a
Yeah.
trip. We did a Sequoia last summer. So yeah, she likes to look at nature and hike. So we
Yeah.
usually will try and parlay like we'll hike in the desert in Nevada, but then spend a night in Vegas to do
Nice.
something.
Yeah.
Or like in Iceland, we did the far east coast or the far west coast for a couple of days. And it was just an absolute winter. I mean, just a blizzard and lighthouses and wild horses and all of that. And then we drove to the East Coast for a couple of days, and that's like waterfalls and all of that kind of like a Viking tale, or like
Yeah.
the Thor. But then we got into Reykjavik for a couple of days, which is the only real city in Iceland, and they have their own music scene and art culture and architecture. There's really cool. The architecture is either brand like very 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 new, modern, or Stone Age old. There's nothing in the middle. It's one of those where nothing with the lasts because
Yeah.
the weather's so harsh. So everything they realized, how 20 whatever many years ago, oh, tourism can be a thing that we can make money here. So that's the architecture from then on. So that's kind of a cool. So I like that. I already live in a city, so it's more fun for me to be somewhere that's totally different from me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Word.
I
All
don't
right.
particularly like hiking, by the way.
Yeah.
I love my wife. So
No,
she,
My wife is the same way. She's part of an adventure club up here in Western New York, and she hiked 3 of the Adirondack peaks last year, and this year she's gearing up to do another like 3 or 4. So yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And hey, she's learning to ride skateboard. She's 43 years old, and she's hell bent on learning to skate. So she's doing that with me. So there's the
Nice.
compromise, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, question number 5. Is there a such thing as dressing your age?
Ooh, I struggle with that every day with a nose ring, dude. Every day I look in the mirror and I'm like, is it time for this thing to be gone at 49? I don't know. And it still stays there. So
Yeah.
I guess the quick answer is no.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
But you know what though? What's dressing your age?
Yeah. I'm assuming that you like the baseball team of the hat you're wearing,
Yeah.
and you like the band of the shirt that you're repping. That's kind of what you do.
Yep.
I like the color blue. So that's the only reason I wore this. It's not, I don't have a lot of band shirts, but I have no problem. I mean, my last name's Harbin, so I wore the H for that. So I don't know what that, I look like exactly like I looked when I was 18. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to change that or just live it.
Yeah.
Here we are, right?
It's different now because now there's so much clothing out there. But back in the back when you're supposed to look that they're talking about, they didn't have much to choose from.
Do you remember when skateboarding wasn't cool at all?
Yes.
It
I used to get beat up
something
for it.
that you would get shunned for. I remember my very first fight was over skateboarding. The whole to do, and I still to this day don't understand why.
Yeah,
but
I remember getting made fun of at Opryland theme park because I was wearing a Vallejo red T-shirt, and then I had like cut off BDU pants that were shorts.
Sure.
And this chick was like, look at your stupid shorts. And I'm like, what? And she's like older than me. I'm like, why are you picking on a little kid?
Right. Well, point being, I took my daughter last year to the mall to buy some jeans or something. She went to like American Eagle. My daughter's very, very preppy. But ran her into American Eagle to buy some jeans. And there was a section that was skater cut jeans. I was like, in American Eagle?
Yeah.
I would have never in a million years expected this to happen. What's going on? She was like, what's the big deal? I'm like, oh, that's right. You have a closet full of Vans. You've never stepped on a skateboard. You get in all the elitist kind of silly stuff.
Name
my son likes to go skate with me at the skate park in their hometown when we go. So we'll scoop him up, but he's wearing like some like Nike Air Max. I'm like, that's not what you do. But I'm like, bro, you're out here skating with me. He's 11. So I'm like, we're just out here doing this. Who cares what shoes you're wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
that's
have fun.
but
So I
that's
think
what
it's just maybe if I brought that
they
to
all
my life
skate
as an
the
adult. Yeah,
they all skate the Nikes now. You know, that's what they
yeah,
skate
yeah, it's true.
Nike.
It's
You
true.
know, but think about the early '80s though. They were skateboarding in a
Jordans.
like the Jordans or the Converse basketball shoes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Well,
But then
is
the
it the
thrash
lore?
metal dudes would wear the same thing. You know,
Is
so
it the lore of the half cab, like the Steve Caballero half cabs? It's because he
Yeah.
started buying Jordans, but was cutting the top off.
hmm
Ah.
that's
Yeah.
why that half cab's a half cab because they didn't like the way it was, so they cut it and then
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
because that only lasted like not I think they only released that one style like 1 or 2 years and then they saw that all the skaters were cutting them. They're like,
yeah,
well, fuck, we might as well just do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. All right. Question number 6.
6.
Is there a sports team that you love that you will cancel plans for to watch a
Oh,
game?
100%.
Yeah.
I don't book tattoo appointments in the fall on Saturdays because I watch Georgia Bulldog football.
Nice. All right.
Okay.
I was born in the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
My father made it very clear that when you're Georgia born and you're Georgia bred, when you die, you'll be Bulldog dead. He is about it, and I just took shape. And over the years, I've caught on. When I moved to North Carolina, the very first guy that I met living there was a Georgia Bulldog fan. I have no idea how that happened. At another 16-year-old boy in North Carolina.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
became buddies ever since then. When I bought my house over here on the east side, the neighbor had a Georgia Bulldog flag flying, and before I even moved in the driveway, I said, "We're home."
Yeah.
And he was my game day buddy for years and years and years before he moved. But
Nice.
yeah, I've indoctrinated my daughter, and we go down to Athens and watch games, and we watch. So my kids are back in Charlotte. I, I got divorced 2017, whatever, but they're back there. But I book my dad trips. I go, about every 4 to 6 weeks, I go and spend a long weekend with the kids, and then I get major times. But those trips in the fall, because my daughter is such a Bulldog fan, I try and schedule the trips to where me, her, my son, and my best friend and his family, we all get together and watch Bulldog games together. Just
Oh,
we're
yeah.
kind of it's the sport.
Oh
I
yeah.
do
Yeah. For sure.
enjoy, but it's kind of the family, the connectivity.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
the past few years, I've really or the past year, really, I've kind of tried to dig into the Nashville Soccer Club a bit because my son is a soccer fan.
Okay.
It makes it easier to be a dad when you speak the same language, and
Yeah.
those games are a blast to
Oh,
go
dude.
to.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I wouldn't cancel plans to go watch those. And those seasons are so long,
Oh yeah. For sure.
and the
Yeah.
investment you have to give to be a fan for that
Yeah.
is so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Laura and I, we were Nashville SC season ticket holders, and that's like one of the things that I miss the most
Yeah,
about
it's
living in
fun.
Nashville is like because I'd been to Titans games,
Yeah.
almost got in a fight at one of them. Went to
Go
that was
Bills!
it was a season ticket. Not, I haven't gone to a Bills game yet, but I
Okay,
am part of Bills Mafia.
all right.
Um, I was a season ticket holder for the Preds. Those were fun games. I loved
They are fun.
way more than fucking the Titans. And
Yeah,
but like when we started going to the SC games, man, they just the energy of the crowd, the
yeah,
supporter station or section with all the drums and the
yeah.
horn.
It never stops.
Yeah, it
It's
never
so
stops, man. It's just so fucking
every
cool.
I think I've sat in every section so far now, and you every place is a good seat.
Yeah, it's
It's,
such a
it's
beautiful stadium too. So
but
parking's a little
yeah,
cumbersome, but
Georgia football is my thing. I don't really care about other college football even. I just watch Georgia games, and
nice.
I keep up with like what's happening. Like, all right, so I know that they're going to be playing this Alabama game. I know they're going to play the Tennessee game. I know they're going to play the Texas game. So how's this going to shake loose? I keep up with that, but you know, yeah, it's. I actually have a Georgia Bulldog tattoo on my thigh from when they won the championship a few years back. I was like,
Nice.
I've literally been a fan since the day I was born. Seems fair that I go and get a UGA tattoo, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, and our last question of the night in 7 with 7, that is. You could travel to go see one band for the rest of your life, or what one band would that be? Like, who would you be a deadhead for?
Oh, the Clash.
Oh, fuck.
For sure, the Clash.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that would have been fucking sick. Yeah.
We can't hear any of the last stuff we've been listening to for the past 30, 40 years without the Clash. So
Yeah.
I might go back. Who was doing it right?
Yeah. 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 The only band that matters.
Who would you do?
Me? Fuck. Me and my wife have already talked about it because this would be a package deal. Me and her are going. We would follow Iron Maiden on an entire tour. I mean, and then save up for the next one. So
that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. We've seen them a handful of, like, at least 5 or 6 times together, and where she's taken me. This will be my belated 50th birthday present. She got me tickets to see them, Megadeth, and Anthrax in Montreal, Quebec. So that's gonna be
dope.
sick. And that'll be Megadeth's last. This is their last tour. So which is gonna be even more special. So
yeah,
and then 2 years from now, but Megadeth on tour.
Yeah, yeah.
Never say never.
Yeah, yeah. Never say
never.
never.
Changed his mind again. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I saw that.
But you're gonna be like, I saw them on the first Go Away tour.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I've only seen one tour like that, and that was Face to Face. So I saw them break up, or not break up, but play their last show, and then the next thing you know, they came back.
Well, technically not my very first punk album I bought. No, I take it back. It was my very first punk album I bought was Face to Face, Big Choice.
Fuck yeah, it's my favorite record.
A good buddy of mine, Michael Marks. He's an art director. He's a professor in Clemson now, but he gave me a cassette tape. We had in the middle of our art class was our lunch break.
Yeah.
He grabbed me in the parking lot on the way to the lunchroom. Said, "Yo, I've been wanting to give you this." And he gave me a cassette. He said, "I promise you." He said, "Side A is the Riverdales. It's okay. Side B is a band called Operation Ivy, and it's going to change your life."
Yeah.
He could not have been any more right. And I remember him putting it in my hand. I remember every bit of this. Yeah. And I listened to that Operation Ivy side nonstop for I have no idea how long.
Yeah, yeah.
And I scrounged for any other punk rock I could get my hands on. But me and my buddy Brad skipped school and went and bought No Effects, Punk and Drublic, and Face to Face, Big Choice the same day.
Yeah.
And it's been from that day and all of my teens into a good portion of my 20s, it was like, if it ain't on Epitaph or Fat Records, I don't need to hear it.
Yeah.
It was forever. Yeah. And then I had to go back and do you remember? Well, obviously you remember when Nirvana broke and everyone was losing their mind about how heavy it was. Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? This is weak. Yeah. What? Because I wasn't mature enough musically to understand. I still associated punk rock or aggro, heavy, whatever that world with speed and fast and pace. It had to be 120 plus BPM or it didn't count.
Right.
I had no maturity to connect with what he was saying or how he was saying it or the world in which they were saying it, how powerful and punk rock that was. So I had to go back and listen to a whole bunch of music that I completely missed. And then after all the years of Epitaph and, Lagwagon and Bad Religion and, Descendants and all of that, I've went back over the past, I don't know, maybe 10 years and started getting to like Talking Heads and Tears for Fears, Genesis or some of the quirky Genesis stuff.
Yeah.
Or Peter Gabriel or just that kind of when the 80s music was really kind of motivated. So it's been a weird energy of music. And I keep up with. It's funny that so many of the bands that I've toured with over the years, like Tattooing, were in that metal and or post-hardcore kind of scene. But my scene growing up was always like punk rock. Like I said, the Fat stuff and the Epitaph stuff. I like Lookout Records stuff too. Obviously, the Operation Ivy stuff and the early Green Day stuff. But even then, I felt like the production on this is not as good as what they're doing at Epitaph or what. The bass tone on all of those bands' records were so good.
I think too with like Fat Records, Mike had a certain sound that he wanted, and it's like the Lookout label, it's like that was all the Bay Area sound, what that shit sound, it's crazy. Like all those labels though had their own style, and that was different back then. Now you got Epitaph where it's like
dude.
Everybody's on Epitaph now.
Brett
Everybody's
North's
from
still.
deathcore to punk rock. You know.
What's the their European kind of pop rock band? It's a front Wet Leg.
Oh
They're
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. They're good.
they put out some really crazy records. That's cool. I guess that's uh, yeah. I mean, I would have never thought that was going to happen when I was listening to that in 1997.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. That's crazy because like when I was growing like when I was like in middle school, I was all in the fucking metal and hair metal, right?
Yep.
And then most of my half of my high school years I was into that as well. And then like the later part of my high school years, I was more into like I got into like the alt world, like Pumpkins and
Yeah.
Nirvana and that kind of shit, like most people. But
Yeah.
then when I got out of high school and I had more time to just skate, because when you're in high school, you can't skate all day until you get out of school.
Yeah.
But when I got out, I was skating all the time, and then all I was listening to was the Fat, the Epitaph, the look, those, all that shit, and of course, No Effects, Punk and Drublick. That tape got warped so many times, and I had to buy so many different copies of it,
So good.
But no.
I started skateboarding in the 5th grade, and Streets of Fire, the Santa Cruz videos. Some of those videos. Obviously, the soundtrack of these videos is going to be punk rock, and you read the credits at the end, and you figure out, oh, I'm going to check out these bands, and I was just thirsty for anything with that sense of aggression, like you. I grew up with hair metal. My dad being a pastor. Rather conservative household. Certainly not as I was a child. I just was attracted to anything that was rebellious.
Yeah.
So for me, I just naturally understood that Poison, Look What the Cat Drug In, I just knew that was dudes being very rebellious. I couldn't even tell you what it was. Those boys are so pretty. That's rebellious.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for them.
That whole world of that Warrant, whatever, and then Guns N' Roses came through and kind of like opened up the window. Was like, hey, we're going to do that, but with a little more rock and roll and a little more angst, a little more black leather jacket, maybe not a white. Well, I can't say that because Axl Rose did wear that white leather in Paradise City.
Yeah,
it's pretty badass.
Red Dance.
But then from there leads into the Op Ivy, and I'm like, whoa, these dudes aren't even trying to sound good. They're just trying to do that.
Yeah.
And that hit me. It's like, wait, what? So, and then that, I just could not get enough of that. And then when I tiptoed in, like the Punk and Drublick, which for me, okay, now so we have the I know this is badass, and I know it's rebellious. I know that it has the same angst and aggravation as Operation Ivy, but then they're like, it's kind of like writing metal riffs or like doing vocal harmonies.
Yeah.
And the production quality is pretty good, certainly for punk rock at the time. So I was like, oh, this is very attractive. And then the more pop sensibilities that Face to Face offered to me, I always was like, well, is it Face to Face just kind of trying to write these other Descendants songs or whatever? But I was like, this to me is like, this is what I like.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I just stayed in that that punk rock elitist world forever. You only got to like what I like, and your music doesn't count. It's just mine. But then had to wait, and then like I said, realized in Nirvana, oh no, that's very punk rock. That's very aggressive. You know what's bizarre? What blows my mind in the conversation about Nirvana and how punk rock they were with, and almost everyone talks about Nevermind. Bro, they took over the world with Nevermind, and then wrote a noise rock record.
Yeah.
In Utero is just noise rock, and they did that when they were the biggest band on the globe. How that's punk rock.
Yeah,
we're gonna do this now. It's so cool to me. So leaning into those worlds is fun to think back.
I have a question from a viewer. They're not even viewing, but I have a question for you.
What's up?
How many licks?
Oh, it's the edibles kicked in for sure. He's asking me to lick him.
I see what you did there.
I prefer none, but
it's from
it's a song there.
Me laugh because
With a song there.
Now, Rado said, "How many licks?"
Dude, you guys know Rado?
Oh yeah,
What a great dude. I've noticed. I noticed that he came to Tennessee. I met playing shows.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Yeah.
So Rado
How
was one of the first
music?
art connections I made when I moved to Nashville. We did he hosted an art night. I don't remember where it was, but we had like an art show, and then we all told what was going on. Like it was like a ethereal kind of thing. We told a specific thing about what the art represented, and then we burnt it at the end of the night.
Oh, nice.
Well, I did this art feature where I put.
Wow.
I don't think it was $100. I think it might have been $50. I wasn't like trying to do baller status, but I put like fives and ones and tens or whatever on. I painted, but I put this money, physically take money on the canvas with a sign. Please take all you want. It's yours if you need it. Whatever, something statement based, and whatever was on the board, I burnt at the end of the night, and it was the whole sort of the social commentary on like wasteful life and wasting money, wasting time, wasting whatever. And it was a physical display of look at that money that's being wasted right now. I offered everyone at this gathering to take that. No one did. Now it's being wasted. So I mean, looking back, I don't know how cool that was. I don't know, but it was yeah. But Rado facilitated that night.
That's awesome.
He said, I mean, hey, what you just did, that was punk rock, though. You know,
Yeah.
burning it. Everything
So
goes back to punk
back
rock,
now.
man. No, you know what? Now that we need to get Eric and Chipper, we need to get an episode with you also, but get Rado on here too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be fun, dude. I'm gonna tell you right now, Rado was the first guest to ever piss on camera.
Okay.
He
All
went
right.
around the corner to next to the laptop or cell phone, whatever, and pissed in a cup. You could hear him pissing in the cup.
And we were like, hey, we're gonna mute this. And he's like, don't
"No,
you
keep
mute
it.
this.
Keep it.
How funny is that? I was worried about them having an argument in the next room, and I didn't know those kind of shenanigans were allowed.
Yeah.
Anything goes on this podcast.
As long as it's not on camera and yeah.
I mean, right now I'm just wearing a t-shirt. That's
Oh
it,
Jesus,
you know?
and black socks.
Well, let me tell you something real funny. I have an issue in my bathroom with my mirror, and I went to take a picture, and then I realized
You're on Instagram.
I just got out of the shower. I can't be sending this to my fucking neighbor. You know, like, I'm glad I stopped. You know. Anywho, hey, but Chipper, real quick, we have a thing too where our previous guest gives us 2 questions for our future guest, and then we're going to ask you to give us 2 questions for our future guest.
Okay.
So I don't recall what these questions are, Eric, but I think one is music related, correct?
Nope.
No music related one?
No. It's 2 random questions. Yeah,
Oh,
something
never mind. That was the one for him. That was the music one. Yeah. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right. So this is from our last guest. And he was the lead singer of a band called Lewd Jaw from San Francisco.
All right.
Right? Yeah, I think for
Sacramento.
San Francisco. Yeah, Sacramento. My bad.
Oh.
Question
Never been to
number
Sacramento.
1, though. What was your favorite James Bond movie?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a tough one. As a kid, it scared me. So probably this one. The guy that had the metal teeth, the chompers, the
Jaws. Yeah.
Jaws. Yes, that's the chompers. Jaws is a much tougher name than chompers. But yeah, well, I don't remember which one that was, but he made a profound impact on me because it was a little frightening as I was a child.
Yeah. Because he was in the Roger Moore James Bond movies, right? Yeah, he wasn't Sean Connery.
No, that wasn't Sean Connery.
Cool.
I didn't care for Sean Connery as much.
Yeah.
I know that.
Oh my God! Hold on a second.
Not as James Bond. It's just not. Better than Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, I mean, we all grew up around the same time. So yeah, Roger Moore is our fucking James Bond, man, for sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, so Richard Keel, the guy who played Jaws.
Jaws.
Jaws. Is that the same dude?
He was in
that
Billy
was
Madison.
Yeah, that's the same dude.
Yeah. He's the one that's wearing the shirt that says "Guns don't kill people, I kill people."
Yeah, okay.
And you could bet I'll meet you in the parking lot.
The
You
Spy
seen
Who
it?
Loved Me.
You seen it?
Yeah. Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
The Spy Who Loved Me. That's what it was called.
All right. And question number 2 from Hunter of Luja. When eating chicken wings, do you use ranch or blue cheese?
I don't actually use either, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna eat a chicken wing, it's gonna be at Duff's, and it's just gonna be a big. I like the fat drumsticks, and I don't eat chicken wings a lot because it makes me feel barbaric to be that close to the bone.
Gotcha.
That's the lamest, wussiest. But I'm just being. I feel like I can be. This is a safe space, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
So,
vegan, so
I love
yeah.
I love the taste of chicken and hot chicken. I love spicy food, but the bone and the tendon, I'm like, nah, I just check out. But I prefer just hot sauce.
Gotcha. Right on.
And I don't know why I threw in Duff's as I think still the Buffalo thing with you, but
Yeah.
I prefer
Yeah,
Duff's.
well, in Buffalo, the only right answer apparently is blue cheese. So,
Blue cheese. There's that specific. Huh.
yeah.
I did get kicked out of line one time for asking for hot dog ketchup on a hot dog, and I didn't know in Chicago that was I didn't know.
Yeah.
So the guy thought I was being a jerk, and he literally told me to get out of line. I'm like, dude, I have 2 children.
Wow.
What? I mean, they weren't with me, but point being, I'm a grown up, and I'm going to pay money to eat here.
I'm a grown
Yeah.
up.
If you don't want to put ketchup on it, that's fine. Give it to me, and I'll put the ketchup on it.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
had a line in front of
didn't know
other
that.
grown-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, those were the 2 questions from our
I'm a
last
grown-up.
guest. So yeah. Hit us with some questions for our next guest.
All right. So you guys mostly deal with musicians, correct?
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
Well, I would like to know from your next guest what musician inspired their movement, whatever it is, their guitaring, their drumming, their bass, whatever, whoever you have on next, the vocalist, songwriting, what artist motivated that in them?
Okay.
And then what thing do they hold on to now, dear and valuable to their life, that they had when they were in their youth?
Ooh, that's a good one. Damn, that's a real good one. I have
I
mine
think it's
still.
because I'm trying to find it. I'm an old guy trying to find that joy again, right?
This is mine from 1976.
Ooh, dude,
Oh,
that's
wow.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Don't ask me how I still got it, but I do.
Dude, I
Mine-
still have a pair of my Kiss pajamas from when I was probably 6 or 7.
And they still fit.
They still fit, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. If I had something from my childhood that still fit, I'd fucking rock it.
Yeah, well, yeah, dude.
I just can't fit it anymore. I'm too fat.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same height. I've just filled out.
Right,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
metabolism went
Yeah.
gone, and I went the way of Fat Elvis, man. It was
I went-
horrible.
And it just blew up, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
but man, those are some good ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
yeah,
we got- yeah. Let's see here.
So in Charlotte, did you ever go? Was the Milestone a club?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Played there many times.
Yeah.
Lot of punk rock shows and hardcore shows here. You know, they do more metal than they do anything now.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been there many times. Many times.
Yeah. I played that stage a handful of times, probably in the I would say the mid to late 2000s. Yeah.
Jonathan Hughes, book you.
No.
Trey Calloway.
What's that?
Trey Calloway.
No, I was in a touring band from Nashville called Blacklist Royals.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Jonathan Hughes used to own the Milestone. I feel like Trey
Oh, okay.
might have been one of the bookers. They do everything in house there, obviously.
Gotcha. I remember one of the guys that we always played with his band. Rockabilly looking dude had a like
The band
he
was
was like
25 minutes to go.
yes.
It's Jonathan Hughes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Been a minute since I've heard that name. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
he owned Milestone.
Yeah, 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 man. Those
Yeah, that's been as long as you've played there, as long as I've said that name. So,
nice, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
well, a connection there, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Hit me with some other ones. Let's go. Who else do I know? That's the value of being an old guy and
Yeah.
being a friendly old guy. Now we're
Yeah.
not old, obviously. We're talking, talking trash here, but like the connections that you make along the way
Oh
are going
yeah,
to
yeah.
stick.
I mean,
Uh,
shit. I was a touring musician, and I mean, I didn't make. We made enough money to stay on the road,
mhm.
and just you know, maybe at the end of the day, I can look back and be like, well, maybe I should have went and I should have been a fireman, or I
Yeah,
should have fucking stayed in school. No, I mean, I fucking got to play with some of my idols, on in festivals and share
yeah,
the same stage with. So life experiences totally outweigh.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
uh Chipper, any new bands that you are currently into?
Oh gosh, man, I
It
don't
could be
listen to.
local or it could be
Um,
whatever.
well, there is a so it's not they're not a punk rock band, but there's a a rock and roll band called Vo from here in Nashville. Veaux. It's a three piece. I don't know what you're. I know that you guys like hardcore and punk rock and stuff. I
Oh
don't know
no,
how
we like
much
it all.
Oh, dude,
more.
we like it all.
They're kind of a electro kind of pop. They blend some. Not if I say hip hop, it's totally misleading. Just it's a three piece that does a lot of like layering, kind of just pop sensibility. It's really good. There's a band that's in that same world called Bella Brigada, and then there's a kind of an electro dance guy named Jameson. It's JMSN. So it's like James, like the name Jameson, but JMSN. Uh, that's some kind of weird, like artsy, just kind of some of that stuff is dancey, some of it's rock and roll, some of it's like soul music.
Oh yeah.
Um, uh, so I'll be honest, I listen to music mostly when I'm tattooing, and I let my clients pick the music when they're it being a private experience. I give them the best experience possible. And I don't know, like I said, I can't speak for you guys. The studio I worked when I first started tattooing was death metal all day, every day. From the
Yeah.
time you hit the switch to the time it was just brutality. And I
Yeah.
could get in my car in the evening and feel my body just so intense.
Yeah.
I was not mature enough or didn't connect with like, wow, people are getting tattooed while dealing with that. That cannot be good. Over the years, I've learned a little bit. I moved here, and the studio that I worked when I first moved to Nashville was me and five other highly skilled artists. Have you ever been in a room with five other high level artists and think you're going to agree on one song ever?
No.
It's never going to happen because everyone has the hippest taste in music ever and whatever, whatever. So that was hard to deal with. So I learned here working privately, it's your time, it's your pain, it's your money. It might as well be your tunes. So what do you want to listen to? And full circle moment here, I brought up to you that all of my friends are musicians, what meant that almost all of my artistic inspiration comes from music anyway, not from
Yeah.
other visual arts. Now, I've got eyes, but for my heart space, it comes from music. And if this person is asking me to tattoo them based on what they've seen me do, that means we're probably going to be on the same page musically also because this was inspired by music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it that works to my advantage. So I don't listen to a lot of heavy music at all when I'm tattooing. It's usually something that the client wants to listen to, or if I have to steer the ship, it'll be Queen of the Stone Age or the Growlers or something that's mid tempo. I still like heavy music. I was at the gym earlier and I was I listened to some of the early turnstile stuff. I really enjoy listening to Lagwagon or some of that stuff that would really have like double time stuff if I'm on the treadmill or something.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
I don't know a lot of modern bands that still do that kind of double timed like punk rock. That Urethane is a band that they rip pretty good
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
We had them on recent or a while back.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're cool dudes.
but yeah. So I mean, it's there's sometimes I'm still stuck in the same stuff that I've listened to forever. Sometimes it's completely off. My wife writes pop songs, so a lot of times we're listening to Muna or something that I'm like, what is this? I like it, but what is it? I've never dreamed that this could even be a sound. So that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you always go back to that to what's familiar to you.
Yeah.
It takes you back because I mean, if I can't find something to listen to, I'm going back to something from the '90s, and if I don't want that, I can never go wrong with hair metal. I
Yeah.
fucking go
Yeah.
off on that.
I,
So
I listened to Dr. Feelgood a few weeks ago, setting up and prepping because I just wanted to be upbeat. But dude, MXPX and Descendants are never not gonna
nah,
fit pocket for me.
Oh,
It's
fuck
that.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Yeah, those are always golden. I mean, and they're still putting out great music.
Yeah,
Uh,
both bands.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but anywho, man. Well, Chipper, we obviously can talk for 10 more hours, right? Probably.
Yeah.
And I mean, we don't want to, but we got to pull the plug sometime. But we do need to do this again
Yeah,
with
for sure.
you and Rado, because I think that's gonna be me and Eric can just probably just sit back and let you guys just talk to each other.
Yeah, no shit.
Rado, you sit back and let him talk. This kind of a thing.
Bro.
I'll be more than happy to be a part of it. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what?
I think you got some fun tour stories.
Do you know Barry Deegan from Look What I Did?
I do not know him.
Okay, they're a band in Nashville.
Oh yeah, I know Jake.
Okay,
The Jake Oman is their drums for them, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, he's a
well,
tattoo
Barry,
artist as well. Yeah.
Great tattoo.
is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
great black
No,
and
but
gray.
Barry can talk for hours and hours. And my goal is just to get four dudes on the podcast that together that can talk, and then me and Eric just sit back and watch. And then
Yeah.
I told my wife, because I'll be vulnerable with it, and I know we're getting off here. I told my wife, I said, I don't know why these guys have asked me to be on. She said, well, why are you saying it that way? I said, I wasn't fully sure of the connection is what I was getting at. So I said, and I do these from time to time, and I really enjoy it. Clearly, I like to talk. But I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling stories from when I used to tour, or if I'm telling stories from tattooing, or if I'm supposed to be telling stories about tattooing. Because more often than not, if I do these things, it's usually dudes wanting me to name drop a story. No, that hurts my feelings because I have fun. I have a fun life too.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
and that's like when you text me and ask me if there's anything you should know or that I need to have or whatever, or we're just gonna riff. We just riff, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I had a great time. Thank you.
Yeah, man. We like to talk too,
Yeah.
But we can only talk to each other for so long. That's
Yeah.
why we do an intro, and then we're like, all right, enough. Let's get the guest on. But now,
Well, hey,
now we got to talk to each other, and after you leave, we got to talk to each other again.
Well, I appreciate the invite, guys, and I hope that your audience enjoys tattoo talk. I feel like rock and roll and tattoos, like I said, it's kind of a hand in glove, right?
100%.
Yeah, man. I mean, and I've done tattoo artists in the beginning of the podcast. I did some tattoo artists from locally. I've done some hip hop dudes. We've done country dudes. We've done. I mean, we've got it all. You know what I'm saying? Because music is. I mean, we all love all kinds of music. Yes, predominantly it's punk rock and metal and hardcore, but we'll interview anybody. If Karen that works at the Waffle House wants to come be on the podcast,
joke, dude. That would be sick. Yeah.
That would be a good. Do a
Promise we'll
live
get some
podcast
stories.
from the Waffle House.
Yes.
You're gonna get some stories out of her.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool, man.
Chipper, tell everybody where you are located again and where they can find you on the internet.
All right. So my website is just Chipper Harbin, ChipperHarbin.com. Same name as Chipper Harbin Tattoos. I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't remember what it is on Instagram. If you search both, it's gonna pop up. I don't make it a habit of looking at myself, so I don't have to think about it. If you want to book an appointment, you can. There's an easy way to connect on the website. My email address is just chipperharbin@yahoo.com. Yep, I said Yahoo because I've had that email address for 19 years.
Nice.
Why would I change it?
Hey.
So anyway, that's one thing I collect. I collect old email addresses, apparently, right?
I still have my Hotmail account, so
Yeah.
we're good, man.
So so you can find me. It's
Hey, that's okay. When Eric sent it to me, I almost asked him first if he meant to put Yahoo or he was just messing with me. But then when I put it into my Gmail, you popped up as a person, so I knew it was real. So
Nice.
so it worked.
Yeah. Every now and then I'll get a client that emails me from a Yahoo account. And I'm like, my people, my
Nice.
people, my
What
tribe.
about, is AOL still a thing?
Dude,
I
it
don't know.
is. It is. Yeah, you can still have an AOL.com email address. Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild,
Yeah, for
dude.
sure, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, before, on our way out, I have something that I want.
You cut out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now I can hear you.
All right. Well, I said I got something for you guys, and I hope y'all approve of this. And
Okay.
I'm about to show you.
Oh, shit.
Classic. Never eat noodles the same again, right?
Yep.
I still believe.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Nice.
What?
All right, everyone. It's been fun.
The best.
We'll talk to y'all
All right.
See you guys.
Later.
later.
I still believe. Still believe.
I still believe.
I still believe.
Hey, stop. We're back on.
Oh, my bad.
Anyway,
I thought that was just Dance Party with Eric and Russ.
and that was no. Anyway, but yeah, man, that was fun. That was a
Dude.
good one.
Yeah. I want to get the Psycho Stick Man tattooed by Chipper
That'd be
when I go
epic.
back to Nashville. That would be sick, dude. And I think he could like totally knock that out of the park with his.
Start
style.
talking to him now.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Because what, you probably come back around the holidays.
Probably
Yeah,
the worst time
Hey.
to get tattooed because I got to wear pants.
yeah. It's crazy because like this year's it's fucking July 7th.
Shut up, man. We only have so many days of sunniness and warmness up here. I need time to slow down.
I need time to slow down. All right. Do I still believe? My sources say no. Fuck, I don't believe.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
But man, I'm getting bored with him.
Nah, dude. He
It's
just needs
WWE. I think he was better when he was in TNA and NXT.
Mm.
But once he went to the roster, I'm like, it's not the same anymore. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe there's too many talent. I don't know.
yeah. I kind of like that. I kind of like Ethan Page, man.
Oh, I fuck with him, man. I like him a lot.
Yeah. I think he's a good character. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Chipper, that's a good character right there, man. That's a
Yeah,
good cat.
dude, he was cool, man. Like,
yeah.
he really fucking had some good shit to talk about, man.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, like, I did read about him somewhere because, like, once he started tattooing, they said he didn't even start really. And I guess I could have asked him this from what I read, and like they just took him on the tour on the road, and he started tattooing. That's cool.
Yeah, we just barely scratched the surface.
Scratch the surface.
Don't waste my time. Yeah, so we can get back into more talks with Chipper down the road, man. Because
why is this video still playing? Oh, that was Cry Little Sister. Never mind.
Oh,
I was like, I still believe. Well, oh yeah, man. I like the guy, man. I definitely might have to think about getting some work done, or maybe have him come up here in Clarksville. Hey, man, I'll get you a spot at the at my buddy's studio.
You can stay at the Attitude House, and we will have bagel bites.
Bagel. Oh, guess what happened? Guess what just happened?
What's that? Oh, nice. Awesome, man. Well, go get yourself some bagel bites. And
I meant to ask him. Well, I'll ask you that in a second. All right, man. Well, till next time. Peace out. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I know no one's listening. What's an album to check out?
Burn by Lagwagon.
Oh, okay. Rat out of the cellar.
Nice. Fuck yeah. I
All
need
right.
to have a hair metal day tomorrow. Don't
Man,
be a
that's never-
dick. Be cool. Party
Be
on.
cool and be a dick or something. Be a cool dick.